I need all of the officers who are going to be sworn in, I guess, even though you're on Zoom, you can do this literally or figuratively to stand and raise your right hand.
Is this your thing?
Yeah,
The way this
candidates are at 9:20, so.
you're gonna state your name. It's gonna be very jumbled for
Are you
everyone.
seriously?
Be like 8 being said at one
Or
time.
something?
You'll be stating your offices, 8 different offices at one time. But other than that, you'll just repeat after me. And we will be glad to welcome you into your new responsibilities with the Lake Highlands White Rock Area Democratic Club. So we'll begin now. I state your name.
I,
Dale McEwen,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly
Do solemnly
swear or affirm
that I will, to the best of my ability,
that I will,
and I will,
to my
to
ability,
my ability,
faithfully execute the duties
faithfully
execute the duties
duties
of the office of, and then state your office,
of the office of President
office of membership
The office
chair.
of secretary
of the Lake Highlands White Rock Area Democrats,
of the
the
Lake
Lake
Highlands
Highlands
White Rock Area Democrats
as stated in the Lake Highlands White Rock Area Democrats bylaws,
as stated in the Lake Highlands White Rock Area Democrats bylaws,
and will support and will
And will
support
support
and uphold the rules
and will
will
support
support and uphold the rules
of the Democratic Party of Texas.
of the Democratic
Democratic
Party of Texas.
of Texas. So help me God.
So congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Judge.
Officially,
Thank you.
Congratulations to all.
All right.
Yes, congratulations, everybody. All right.
As incoming president, I anoint Brian to chair our meeting today, as previously agreed.
We don't have a second for that motion, so we'll just let you do it, Dale. Just kidding.
I'll second.
Great, thank you. So our next order of business is we do have some rules for today. And I do want to remind everyone, it does help if you put the M, if you're a member, in front of your name, just rename yourself. We're going to hear from our treasurer and TAC treasurer, Tim Sexton, about the rules. Also, we do have a bylaws amendment that we'd like to share with the members. So that way they have notice that we're going to have a vote on changing that coming up. Tim, would you go ahead and tell us what that bylaw change is that we're proposing to the members? Tim Sexton. Not seeing Tim on the Zoom. I know sometimes Zoom gets a little crazy, but Tim, are you there? Okay. Well, I have a feeling that Tim is making his way over to the meeting. So I will go ahead and go through what the basic of the amendment change is. We're going to try to increase the number of leadership team members on the sitting executive committee. And we're also going to change how we have a treasurer and a PAC treasurer and combine them into one, since it's a similar reporting duty. So we will post that on the website and make sure that the members can see the actual written bylaw change that we're proposing. And then according to the bylaws, there's 30 days between a bylaw recommendation and then a member vote. So we'll take a vote on that at the next meeting, since we'll have time for that. Okay, so moving into what we're actually here to do today is to do some candidate endorsements. So the rules of the endorsement meeting. We're going to give each candidate 90 seconds. We know it's a short time, but we have a lot of candidates to introduce themselves, tell us why you should vote for them in our endorsements and why they would do the best job and that type of thing. When Tim's back, he will be holding up little signs. So he'll be on the screen and the signs will say 60 seconds, 30 seconds, and then stop. So candidates will know what their time frame is so we can stay on track. We will then vote by Zoom. So I have polls that I will initiate, and the polls will have in ballot order the candidates as they spoke. We'll have the candidates speak, we'll put the poll up, and then we will turn on the ability to vote. Members only will be able to select the candidate of their choice. We will then be able to share the results live with everyone, and you'll be able to see instantaneously who has voted for who, and it'll give us the tally. Based on that, if we have 50% plus one, that person who has the 50% plus one will be the endorsed candidate from the club. If there is a tie, or if there is not a 50 plus one margin reached, we will redo the voting by redoing a poll. And if it's 4 people, for instance, and 2 people were the top voters, we'll do the poll with only the top 2 because they had the most votes. And we will then have a winner there. If there is a tie, our incoming president, Dale McEwen, will be the tiebreaker, similar to the vice president in the Senate. The other rules, we will verify the results. So we're going to be downloading each of the polls and seeing actually who voted, so we can tell that each person was a member. If you have a question about your membership status, you can chat Judy Garrett, who is in the meeting, and you can ask her. So if we do have some races that had members or people that thought they were members voting that weren't members, we might have to adjust it, but we'll announce the official endorsements next week. So probably on Tuesday. We're going to take a break for a few days, take a look at the results and so forth. So on that note, I think that's most of the rules. We are going to try to get the postcard out, which just to show everyone, it's a nice postcard. We'll put all the results on there with the endorsed candidates. We're going to try to get that out by February 7th. So that gives us a little bit of time to get those in the mailboxes, let our good Democratic primary voters see postcards and take it to the ballot box with them. On that note, I think we're right on time now. So if there's no questions or any concerns, please let me know.
This is Tom Jacob again.
Yes, Tom.
I've not been able to put an M in front of my name, so I think we'll just drop out. And
Tom, you don't have to have an M in front of your name to vote.
okay.
That's totally fine. And since I'm the host, Zoom gives me amazing powers. And
Okay.
I have just redubbed you member Tom Jacob. So
Okay, thank you.
no problem at all. If anyone else is having a challenge with that, just let me know. Happy to help. And candidates, if you are a member and you've been a member since December 25th of last year, you are able to vote for yourself. I lost my, I think, 3rd grade election for class president because I didn't vote for myself. I didn't think that was fair. I won vote, so vote for yourself. Always vote for yourself. Okay. On that note, we're a couple minutes before our first 2 candidates, so I'm going to check and see if they're here in the chat. And the first race we're going to talk about is the County Criminal Court at law.
Me, Brian. I thought you were going to send candidates to a room where they could vote.
Because the voting is anonymous, and we're not going to have discussion of candidates by members after they speak. We decided that we didn't need to do that.
Fine. Okay,
They will stay in the room and be able to hear, what's going on. We thought that was okay. So, and to refer to what Debbie was asking is, typically when we're in person, we send the candidates to like a green room. That way they don't hear discussion taking place and literally see who votes, because we raise a little blue paddle. But since we're virtual, no one's going to know who voted for who. We'll be able to download those results and see that offline a little later today. Okay. So I'm going to add an M to a couple people here. And Judy, if you want to take a look at the members that have M's, you can confirm them as well. Okay, well, let's hear from our first candidates. The first candidate for County Criminal Court at Law number 4 via ballot is Angel Mata. So Angel, you want to introduce yourself and say hello?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me.
And Angel, you have 90 seconds to state your case to
Sounds good.
the club.
Thank you so much for having me, everyone. My name is Angel Mata. I'm running on a ballot of experience, my ability to be fair, and compassion. In terms of my experience, I have almost exclusively 12 years of criminal law. I was a prosecutor for the first 4 years of being an attorney. I practiced in McLean County and Dallas County. After that, I started my own law firm. For the last 8 years, I've had a criminal defense practice, almost exclusively criminal defense. In addition to that, for the last 6 years, I have been appointed in the city of Hutchins as a municipal judge. So I have the unique experience of being not only a prosecutor, but a defense attorney, as well as a municipal judge. I have about 97, well, actually exactly 97 criminal jury trials under my belt. I've had a wealth of experience in terms of criminal law. I think that I am the most experienced in this race. Like I said, I have a very well-rounded experience. I'm also from the Dallas area, growing up in the Pleasant Grove area. I graduated from Skyline High School, then went on to UTA, as well as SMU. I'm really excited to run. Thank you so much. I'm really excited to run for County Criminal Court number 4. This is something, being a judge, I've wanted to do for at least the last 20 years. It's something that I think that I'll be really great at. One of the things I want to do when I take the bench is to ensure that there's a more streamlined process and make sure that people get in and out of court in an efficient manner. Thank you, everyone, for your time. I really appreciate your asking me to be here today, and I appreciate your vote. Thanks so much.
Great. You're welcome. That was actually about 90 seconds. So great job. Thank you. Our next candidate for County Criminal Court at Law number 4 is Dominique Torres Williams. Dominique?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good mornings. Say hello to the club and tell us why the Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats should endorse you for our candidate today.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I am Dominique Torres Williams, and I'm running for Dallas County Criminal Court number 4. I'm a Dallas native, product of DISD, biracial, bicultural, and bilingual. I have a long history of working with the Democratic Party, and I understand its values, ideals, and expectations. When you think of criminal courts, you often think of social justice and civil rights issues like mass incarceration, disproportionate incarceration of Black and Brown people, and police brutality. I have been on the front lines of social justice and civil rights since 2014, when I was a part of a local organization that pushed for police and criminal justice reform here in Dallas. In 2018, I served as a board member for the Community Bail Fund in North Texas, which worked with organizations like Faith in Texas to actually pay the bail of nonviolent defendants who were held pre-trial. I'm running because I am the only candidate that is truly able to see the broad impact of rulings from the court, and I will rule with fairness and equality. I'm a public servant. I've most recently served on the DART Board of Directors since 2017, and I currently operate my own law practice in Dallas. I wish to not only continue, but to expand on the stellar work that Judge Nancy Mulder leaves behind on the bench. I'm Dominique Torres Williams, and I'm asking for your endorsement and your vote. Thank you so much.
And another perfectly timed speech. I love it. Thank you so much for respecting our time today. Okay, members. Remember, you don't have to have the M in front of your name, but members only can vote. So I'm going to launch a poll and we'll give the members 1 minute to vote. So we're going to go ahead and launch that poll now. And you should be able to see it on your screen. And we'll have 1 minute to vote. And just as a reminder, you as a candidate, if you are a member, you can vote for yourself. This is super cool. I can actually see the results as they are going and see people voting. So it's pretty neat. We already have 41 people that have voted. So pretty neat.
You have to, that's what we were trying.
Okay, we have 30 more seconds for voting for County Criminal Court at Law number 4. 2 wonderful candidates, very excited about each of them.
I found the second one more personable. But the first one has a-
And if you're not a candidate, please mute yourself for today. Okay, we've reached the 1 minute mark. We're going to show the results for the County Criminal Court at Law number 4. Okay. So congratulations, it looks like, to Angel Mata. You're our current unconfirmed endorsed candidate, so congratulations. Thank you both for participating today, and we do hope you will stay on and participate in the rest of the meeting if you like. So we appreciate it. Thank you. Did everyone get to see the poll? Did that work okay for everyone, since this is our first one? Thumbs up. Okay. Okay, great. So we will be adding Angel's name to the postcard and following up on that. We'll also send all the candidates that receive the endorsement some graphics and things that they can do to promote themselves. So thank you both. Okay. And just so everyone knows what I'm doing, I'm actually downloading the results. So that way we're able to verify, make sure everyone's a member, and so forth, to make sure we have valid results. Okay, so right almost on time. Our next race is Criminal District Judge, Dallas County number 6. And this race involves Nancy Mulder and Alison Allen. So if we could hear from Nancy Mulder first in the ballot order, we would appreciate that. So Judge Mulder.
Good morning, Lake Highlands, White Rock Democrats. My name is Nancy Mulder, and I am currently judge of County Criminal Court number 4. I have filed to run for an open felony bench, Criminal District Court number 6. I've been practicing criminal law here in Dallas County for 26 years, so I'm going to have to talk really fast. I started my career as a prosecutor. After 12 years, I then went into criminal defense practice. I have prosecuted and defended everything up and through capital murder cases, personally in court and trial. I'm very proud of the fact that in my first 5 years on the bench, I reduced the pending caseload in my current court by 41%. So I feel like I've been an excellent steward of the $500,000 budget entrusted to me by you all. I have been a board member of Lake Highland White Rock Democrats, your social media chair many years ago. I was a precinct chair back in 2011 and VDR. I have been endorsed by Senator Royce West, Commissioner Theresa Daniel, and Commissioner John Wiley Price. In addition, I have block walked, texted, phone banked in every primary, gubernatorial, and presidential race since 2011. So I feel like I am the absolute most qualified candidate, and I hope that you will endorse me in this race. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Judge Mulder. Again, perfectly timed, so thank you. Next up in the Criminal District Judge, Dallas County number 6 is Alison Allen.
Hi, good morning, Democrats. Thank y'all for having me. Pardon me. My name's Alison Allen. I'll be Alison Allen on your ballot. I am a board certified criminal trial attorney. I've been practicing for 17 years in the Dallas County criminal courts. I'm a former public defender and from the mental health division of the public defender's office, but I find that people generally do not really care what you know until they know that you care. And toward that end, I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that I've been doing for community engagement and pro bono work. I carry a pretty hefty civil rights docket, including fighting for voting rights in this past administration. I have been working with Black Voters Matter and Crystal Mason to handle her case. I think y'all saw her come and speak a month or two back with me there as well. I've also defended Reality Winner in her quest for a pardon. And during COVID-19, I did what I could with what I had, participating in litigation with the ACLU to protect inmates. And in fact, I was appointed by a federal judge to represent inmates in a federal prison about health and safety conditions. I also defend activists and demonstrators, writing wills for teachers and frontline workers. I'm asking for your endorsement because you know me, you know my heart, and you know my values. Thanks.
Thank you. So we have 2 candidates for this position: Criminal District Judge, Dallas County number 6, Nancy Mulder, and Alison Allen. So I'm going to post that poll. And again, same rules. All members get 1 moment to vote. We'll take a look at who is the winner and we will let everyone know. So hold on 1 second. County number 6. All right, here we go. We have 1 minute to provide your endorsement. And while we're doing that, if candidates want to post information about their campaigns and things like that as we're going, either before or after you speak, please do that. That way everyone can kind of engage with you afterwards and help support your campaigns. That's why we're here. We have 20 more seconds. And if you are on a phone, you can vote as well. So I just saw that. Okay, and that brings our poll to a close. We have ended that. So I'm going to go ahead and share the results. So congratulations, Judge Mulder. With
Thank
69% of the vote, the members of the Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats have tentatively endorsed you for the primary. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alison, for Alison Grinter Allen for participating today. And definitely want to say thank you for your past participation with the club. And yes, we did appreciate you coming out with
Thank you.
Jessica Mason a few months ago. So that was great. So thanks, everyone. So moving on to the next campaign, we have Dallas County Clerk. In this election, there's actually 3 candidates. So we'll have a little different voting and see how that works out. Okay. So up first in ballot order is Marcus Turner Jr. Are you here, Marcus?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Great. You've got 90 seconds to tell us why we should endorse you.
All right. Good morning to the ladies and gentlemen of Lake Highlands and White Rock Lake Democrats. We stand in front of a unique opportunity, and that opportunity is now meeting this preparation. What we stand in front of is to witness the power that an organization has to forecast into the future of Dallas County. This is my first time making this appeal to some and my second times to others. It was a beautiful day where we all met in White Rock Lake, and I spoke to individuals, constituents belonging to this membership about my plans to inform the public, be transparent, and continuously engage the citizens throughout my 4 years in office. But I didn't come today to say the same. What I came today is to make an appeal for your endorsement, for your thoughts, your vote, and your voices to be heard. What this endorsement will mean to me is more really than what I can express. But this endorsement exercises your right to believe in me and what I can truly do in the next 4 years. It will be my honor and my pleasure to represent you, to serve you at the highest level Dallas County has to offer. So to my stakeholders, the members of this great group, we all have an interest in deciding today who can lead Dallas County out of this beautiful present to a brighter future. This access that we have, this interest we have, it gives us a little more idea of where we can go. We can make that decision today. My hope is that you choose me, Marcus Turner Jr., for Dallas County Clerk for more access, transparency, and community engagement. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcus. And we're trying to get it so Tim Sexton can do the timing on this as well. So please be gracious about that. So, okay, our next candidate for Dallas County Clerk is Ann Cruz. Ann, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Tell us about why the Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats should endorse your campaign.
First of all, I would like to say thank you for the opportunity to speak to the members and everyone else on the Zoom today. I have been with the Dallas County Criminal Section for 35 years. I started 2 weeks out of high school in the Dallas County Clerk's Bond Forfeiture Department. When I started there, I worked my way up for 21 years through the system with the criminal court, county clerk, made supervisor. 2007, I left to become court coordinator for County Criminal Court number 6, when I'm currently the coordinator for County Criminal Court of Appeals number 2. I want to bring and promote a stronger work ethic, teamwork, efficiency, consistency to provide the best customer service to our citizens that are there to have us serve them. Again, I ask for your support. If you have any questions, I have posted my campaign website into the chat. And thank you very much for this opportunity.
You are welcome. Thank you, Ann Cruz. Our third candidate for Dallas County Clerk, which we'll be hearing from, is John Warren. John, introduce yourself.
Good morning, Lake Highland White Rock Democrats. This is John Warren. I am the county clerk for Dallas County. I was elected in 2006 with the other Democrats. And since that time, I have made each year progressive movements and process improvements to better improve the office, to the extent that my office has been recognized both at the state level and at the national level. I bring over 35 years of court management experience, 20 years in IT technical experience. I brought those two together so that we can advance the office. My office was the first clerk's office, county clerk's office in the state of Texas to be paperless. My office was the first county clerk's office to implement e-filing, which was mandated by the Texas Supreme Court. All of the work that I've done has generated notable best practices awards, as I said, and as a result of that, I have been appointed by former Chief Justice Nathan Heck, by former Chief Justice Wallace Jefferson to the Texas Supreme Court's Technology Committee. I was recently appointed by Chief Justice Nathan Heck to the Supreme Court's Advisory Committee. All of the work that we've done, it prepared us for the pandemic that we're in. I'm asking for your vote so that we can continue the work, so that we can move past the pandemic, so that we can operate in the new normal. My name is John Warren. I'd appreciate your support, your endorsement, and your vote. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you so much. As you can tell, we have 3 wonderful candidates for Dallas County Clerk, so I feel like we're Democrats in pretty good hands with this. So I'm going to go ahead and post the poll, which just to make it clear for everyone. So the way members would vote is when the poll pops up, you would then choose the person that you would like to vote for. You only get one choice. And then that'll be the person that you're endorsing. I know there were some questions on that. So, and then I'll show the results and we'll know. And this is should be in ballot order. So I'm gonna go ahead and launch the poll for Dallas County Clerk. We have 1 minute. Thirty more seconds. And that is 1 minute. So I'm going to end the poll and share the results. All right, for Dallas County Clerk, we did have 54 members vote. We had 74% for John Warren, which will be our preliminary endorsed candidate. Congratulations.
Thank you, Lake Highland, White Rock. I appreciate your support.
You are very welcome. And thanks to all the candidates that came out for this. I know this is a pretty great primary challenge, contested race. And I love it when there's more than one Democrat. So I think, thank you so much for giving us the options. I'm going to go ahead and stop the sharing for this. And I'm going to download the results. So we have those. Okay, well, that concludes our Dallas County Clerk race, with John Warren receiving our preliminary endorsement, which will go on a postcard like this, which will be in your mailboxes, hopefully. Our next contest is Dallas County Criminal Court at Law number 10. And we also have 3 candidates for this as well. So the polling will look the same once we get that going. Our first candidate is Elissa Wev. So Elissa, say hello to the group, and you've got 90 seconds to tell us about yourself.
Hey, good morning and happy Saturday, everyone. I hope that you are enjoying this in the comfort of your PJs and the best sugary breakfast cereal that Saturday has to offer. My name is Elissa Wev, and I'm a candidate for judge of Dallas County Criminal Court 10, which is a domestic violence court. The reason that I'm running for this court is I feel that I'm uniquely positioned to serve our community in the space of intimate partner violence. I began my career after graduating from the University of Texas School of Law here in Dallas County in public service, and that's been the entirety of my career. I was a public defender out of law school, and I served our low income and indigent and often immigrant or refugee communities here in Dallas. As a first generation American, I'm proud to say that I was raised by my immigrant family from Nuevo Laredo, Mexico. I was one of the few bilingual attorneys in that office, and it was one of my great professional and also personal prides to be able to serve people that looked like people I grew up with in a language that they understood, to let them know that their lawyer was there to help and there to treat them with dignity. But I left there and in 2016 joined the DA's office as a family violence prosecutor, and that is where I grew my expertise in this area of the law. So I have served as a chief prosecutor in our other domestic violence court, as well as litigated murders, aggravated assaults, and strangulations in intimate partner violence. I'm uniquely positioned as an expert in this area of the law, bringing perspectives from both the defense and the prosecution to this bench to hopefully better serve our community by offering a pathway to accountability via healing. Thank you.
Great, thank you. That was Elissa Wev. Our next person running for Dallas County Criminal Court at Law number 10 is Etta Mullin. Etta Mullin. Etta, are you here? I will take a couple seconds just to let everyone know that as part of the process for the endorsements, we did try to email all the candidates, receiving the email addresses from the Dallas County Democratic Party. We did send out notices on our email list, and we did post on Facebook regularly, which is why we have so many candidates in attendance. If someone can't make it or didn't hear about it, we're going to say that that's not on us because we did our best to post that publicly and get the notice out. So we're glad all the candidates that are here. And just one other thing while we are waiting or taking this 90 seconds to have a break. Your results or your voting is anonymous except for being seen by the Dallas, by the Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats Executive Committee, which will pretty much be Judy, taking a look, making sure you're a member, that type of thing. So it is somewhat of the anonymous voting, which is, I think, what we all appreciate. Okay, so our next candidate for Dallas County Criminal Court at Law number 10, we didn't hear from Etta Mullin, is Monique Bracey Huff.
Good morning. Can you hear me? All right, perfect. Good morning. I come to you from a car. I am waiting to go for the MLK parade out in Mesquite. So in honor of MLK, I want to start with a quote from him. There comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe, nor politic, nor popular, but he must take it because conscience tells him it is right. And that's one of the reasons I've chosen to run. I'm Monique Bracey Huff. I'm running for a judge of Dallas County Criminal Court number 10, one of your family violence courts in Dallas. I have an undergraduate degree in social work where I interned in domestic violence shelters, working directly with victims and women to get protective orders. I went to law school at SMU Dedman School of Law, where I interned in the DA's department, specifically in their family violence unit, right when that program was starting. And then for the past 13 years, I've been doing criminal defense work, defending individuals charged with family violence offenses. So I like to say I have a very holistic view of family violence. I know what it's like to work with victims and their families. I know what it's like to work with the accused and their families. And more importantly, I understand the impact that domestic violence has on our community, on our families. More than 3 million children each year have domestic violence affect them in their homes. And I really want to make an impact on that number and bring anger management classes, fit classes into the courtroom so we can start getting some rehabilitation services to those accused. Monique Bracey Huff, running for judge of Dallas County Criminal Court number 10.
Thank you. We heard from two of the three candidates. We heard from Elissa Wev and Monique Bracey Huff. Etta Mullin was not able to join us. Etta, I'm just going to give you one more chance. If you are here, we will give you the 90 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and launch the poll. Just a reminder, you only vote for one person because that's all the poll will let you do. And the winner will be our endorsed candidate. So I'm going to launch the poll. You have 1 minute to vote. 30 more seconds to vote. Five more seconds. Okay, that has been our minute. I'm going to close the poll and share the results. Is everyone able to see that?
That's crazy.
Thumbs up. All right, we had 60 votes here, and it looks like our endorsed candidate preliminarily is Elissa Wev for Dallas County Criminal Court at Law number 10. So thank you to all the candidates for coming out, and congratulations to Elissa Wev. And we look forward to putting you on our postcard and continuing working with you. Thank you, everyone. And we're going to close this one. Okay. And candidates, yeah, please feel free to continue to interact with the group and chat and tell us your social media and so forth, so we can continue to engage with you. Okay, moving on to the 945 Dallas County Constable Precinct number 2. We do have 2 candidates. The first on the ballot order is Deanna Hammond. Deanna Hammond, are you here?
Yes, sir, I'm here. Can you guys hear me okay? I too am in the MLK parade.
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you well. You've got 90 seconds to tell us why you think that the Lake Highlands Democrats should endorse you.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you this morning. My name is Deanna Hammond, and I am running for Dallas County Constable Precinct 2. My work experience is very broad and diverse. My law enforcement career started in 2003, and it includes experience on the city, county, and federal levels. In addition to my law enforcement experience, I want to highlight my work experience in the educational field as counselor with Texas Can Academies, a school for at-risk youth. The trajectory of my experiences has groomed and prepared me for the leadership role of constable. My platform is one that I have not seen in the current leadership. My platform incorporates town hall meetings, community gatherings, and community collaboration to increase policy awareness, COVID relief resources, and truancy education. I am committed to collaborating and connecting with community resources that will aid families who are being evicted from their home. I will keep the constituents informed and ensure that they have a voice that is respected and heard. I have embraced through many trials and tribulations my passion for law enforcement with the commitment to serve and protect the community. The citizens of Dallas County Constable Precinct 2 deserve to have a leader that is truly active in the communities. Putting community back in policing is my priority. I humbly ask for your endorsement and your vote. Deanna Hammond for Constable, Precinct 2.
Great, thank you, Deanna. We heard you loud and clear. That was good. Thank you for taking the time to do that in between the parade. Our next candidate for Dallas County Constable Precinct number 2 is Billy Gibson. Billy?
Good morning. I'm Constable Bill Gibson. I'm your current elected constable for Dallas County Precinct 2, representing the eastern side of Dallas County. It's been a great pleasure and honor to serve you, and I appreciate your trust in me over the last 3 years, electing me in 2018 to be your constable. I have 23 years of law enforcement and criminal justice experience. I've been your elected constable for the last 3 years. Prior to that, I served this county in the Sheriff's Department as well as the Dallas County District Attorney's Office as a felony investigator. I have 20 years of military experience where I just recently got selected to the 73rd Sergeant Major Academy. So I have the leadership experience to continue to serve you as your constable. In 2018, I vowed that I will bridge the gap between the community and the constable's office. And that we have done. We built partnerships with the Sheriff's Department, North Texas Auto Theft Task Force. And then we also built relationships throughout the community in Mesquite and Garland. And so I just want to continue to serve you, to continue to move the progress that we have made forward. And we also have a new system called software that will bring the constable's office throughout the county as a whole into the 21st century of law enforcement. And so I am your community constable, Bill Gibson, and I ask for your votes to and your endorsement as we continue to move the constable's office forward. Thank you all.
Great. Thank you, Constable Gibson. We're going to go ahead and launch that poll now. And members will have 1 minute to vote.
Anyway, he said he always.
And here we go.
Unless there was a reason not to. I kind of took that to heart. Gene Freeland.
And 30 more seconds. Okay, that's our 1 minute. I'm going to download the poll so we can verify members that voted and share the results. So our poll results show that Billy Gibson received 77% of the members' votes, so he will be our endorsed candidate for Dallas County Constable Precinct number 2. Thank you both for participating today and coming out. We appreciate it. So thank you. We'll get you on that postcard. Okay, we're starting to run a little bit behind on time. Dallas County Constable Precinct number 3 is our next race, and that includes Henry Curry and DeMondre Montgomery. So Mr. Curry, if you'd like to go ahead and give us your 90 seconds, we'd appreciate it.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I am Henry Curry, and I am your candidate for Dallas County Constable Precinct 3. Precinct 3 consists of Richardson, Addison, North Dallas, Hamilton Park, Prestonwood, Preston Hollow, White Rock Lake area, East Dallas, Highland Park, and University Park. Now, this is the last Republican stronghold in Dallas County. With your help and your support, this time we can flip it and make it become Democratic. I have served the citizens of Dallas County for over 25 years, most recently in the capacity of Assistant Chief. As Assistant Chief, I oversaw daily operations, staff management, and training. I am the only candidate with experience in all facets of the constable's office. I am a subject matter expert, and I am also an instructor for civil process, which is the core duty of the constable's office. When elected, I will be informed, involved, and engaged in the community, and I would appreciate your support and your vote. Please review my credentials, look at my platform at www.curryforconstable.com, and thanks for your vote.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Curry. Our next candidate is DeMondre Montgomery. DeMondre?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is DeMondre Montgomery. I'm candidate for Dallas County Constable Precinct 3. I started my law enforcement career at the Dallas County Sheriff's Department, being one of the youngest jailers in the Dallas County Jail. I know the dire need that we need in Dallas County to bring families together and keeping families together. As your next constable, I plan to bridge the gap between the community and law enforcement personnel. But not only there, I do want to bridge that gap between Dallas County as a whole, starting with the district attorney's office, working with various courts and other law enforcement agencies, being that assistance that they need for the constable's office. Due to my young age and with my insightful eye, I know what's happening inside the youth, and being able to see what's going on in the youth and also in law enforcement. I can merge these ideas and bring the critical changes that need to bring Dallas County to new frontiers. I hope to seek your endorsement for DeMondre Montgomery, Dallas County Constable, Precinct 3.
Great. Thank you. Both candidates were very brief. I appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and launch that poll, and members will be able to vote. And this is for Dallas County Constable Precinct number 3, Henry Curry and DeMondre Montgomery.
The guy just said, you know, look to my website.
And as a reminder, if you're not a candidate, please mute yourself. Here we go. 1 minute to vote.
He didn't say very much. But, you know, you'd be the judge. The senior meeting might well for me.
Okay, let's vote for the second.
Okay.
Thirty more seconds.
The constable in the first, in the car that had his uniform on. I bet he was waiting for the Martin Luther King parade too.
Mhm.
Five more seconds.
Liked both.
And that's our 1 minute. I'm going to end the poll and share the results. So congratulations to Henry Curry. You're going to be receiving our preliminary endorsement from the club. Great job. With 79% of the vote. We had 58 people vote. Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats will download this and make sure everyone that voted is a eligible member. So congratulations.
Yeah, God, like he said, he knows what's going on with it.
Yeah, I like that
I
too.
thought he might cut it.
And just a reminder, if
Yeah, I
you
think he's
are on the call and not a candidate, could you please mute yourself? It's kind of fun listening to you discuss the candidates publicly, but probably not the best thing. Okay. Moving on to our next contest, which is also a Dallas County Constable. This is for Precinct 5, Sophia Graham and Michael Orozco. So if we could hear from Sophia Graham first.
And I like it.
Yeah, oh, of course.
So Sophia, you're on mute, I believe.
Good morning. My name is Sophia Graham. Thank you for inviting me to your endorsement. I'm a 20-year veteran of the police department. I have a master's police officer's license, also a BS degree in science. I'm running on the platform of mental health and truancy. When I worked for the constable's office, Precinct 1 and Precinct 5, we had a mental illness division because the Dallas Police Department, where I started my police career, is not equipped to deal with people with mental health issues. And I spent the vast of my police career working for the Dallas Independent School District and the Cedar Hill ISD. And I do know when children are not in school, there's a compulsory attendance law that's mandated by the state of Texas that says in order for you to get credit for 90%, you have to be in class 90% of the time in order for you to get credit for it. But we do have a problem with kids not being in class. So I wanted to bring back those divisions, the mental health and children, because I do believe that those are the most important people because they're not in a position to defend themselves. And thank you so much. I do appreciate the invitation for the endorsement.
You're welcome. And that was Sophia Graham. I did change the name on your Zoom profile so people could see the correct name, Sophia Graham. Next up for Dallas County Court, I'm sorry, I read the wrong one. Dallas County Constable Precinct 5 is Michael Orozco. Michael, are you there? I see that Mr. Orozco is on the call. And we are on our time schedule or close to it. I'm going to give Mr. Orozco a few more seconds, and then we'll proceed with the voting.
He's a good moderator. Really. Dog commission.
Mr. Orozco seems to have a problem. He's waving his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has been talking, but there's no audio, and it appears that he's on it.
Yeah, we still can't hear you.
Technology will kill the Democrats.
I knew you were going to say that, Scott. If I had a way to hack into your computer, I would take it over for you and get that audio going. Not sure of another good solution at this point, and we
Perhaps he could log off and dial back in. Sometimes that works.
Okay.
It looks like Constable Orozco just typed in the chat that he's switching to his phone.
Yes, I saw that, and we're going to give him the courtesy of trying to do that.
You should all learn sign language.
Very good point. Okay, he's coming in the waiting room. So we should be able to speak in just a moment. Michael, we're ready whenever you are.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. Thank
Great,
you.
great. Sorry about that. Once again, my name is Michael Orozco, and I'm currently the Dallas County Constable's Office for Precinct number 5. Back in 2018, I made a promise to my constituents that I would restore professionalism, integrity, and efficiency back to the office of Precinct 5. And I'm proud to tell you we've done that. We hit the ground running. From day one, we implemented policies and procedures that have increased productivity, created efficiency, but more importantly, we have created a great working environment for our deputies and clerks. One thing that I'm very proud of is back in 2018, not one constable's office had body cameras. Can you believe that? In this day and age, not one constable's office had body cams. And I'm proud to tell you, I'm the one that led this charge, and we now have body cams because I believe in transparency and accountability. And unfortunately, it is what it is. Our body cam caught video footage of a deputy doing something they shouldn't, and that deputy is no longer with us. One thing that we are proud and share and want in this room is good government. I have delivered good government and will continue doing so once reelected. Once again, my name is Michael Orozco. I need your support, but more importantly, I need your vote. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Just a reminder, we did hear from Sophia Graham and we just heard from Michael Orozco. They're both running for Dallas County Constable Precinct number 5. I'm gonna go ahead and launch that poll and we'll have 1 minute to vote.
She may even win, who knows?
30 more seconds. 5 more seconds. Okay, we have a winner here. The endorsement from preliminarily from the Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats for Dallas County Constable Precinct number 5 will be Michael Orozco with 84% of the vote. And we had 61 members voting. So congratulations. And thank you for taking the effort to dial in. I know that technology is sometimes the death of the Democrats, as Scott likes to say. So learn sign language. I don't know it, so I won't pretend to, but yeah, it's always good to be able to communicate non-verbally. So thank you. Okay, moving on to our next race here. We have Dallas County Court at Law number 3, Sally Montgomery and Misty Don Musteller. And I'll apologize now for mispronouncing names and if there's a dog barking at some point today at my house. So let's hear from Sally Montgomery, candidate for Dallas County Court at Law number 3.
Can you see me?
Yes, we can, Sally.
All right. I'm Judge Sally Montgomery, and good morning, Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats. I am running for re-election to my bench, County Court at Law number 3, and I am, as many of you know, the most experienced trial judge in Dallas, and that I've served longer than anybody else. It's been 23 years now. And this is the time when experience is going to really matter because we have had such a hit from the pandemic with civil jury trials being stopped because we're at red level because of COVID. I have actually, and you'll find this funny, been investigated by a Republican commissioner years ago for being able to move my asbestos docket so fast. And I just merely set them and proceeded forward, and they weren't accustomed to that. So that was humorous. I have survived 4 floods in my courtroom. I am currently working on surviving my 4th flood. I got carpet yesterday from February 2nd. I do civil jurisprudence, and I have been certified. I'm one of only 2 in Dallas County by the Texas College for Judicial Studies. And I have been commended by the state bar president for judicial leadership. I have served as the Texas Association of County Court at Law president and represented our county for 14 years in that capacity. I have received many national pro bono awards, one project being legal information for immigrants. And I have started the original mediation law where judges can appoint mediators. And I guess I'm done, but thank you very much. And I've been, all right.
Thank you so much. That was Sally Montgomery, candidate for Dallas County Court at Law number 3. Our next primary candidate is Misty Don Musteller.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Hi, I'm Misty Mosteller, and I'm running for County Court number 3. And I'm running because every Dallas County citizen deserves the opportunity to be heard on the merits of their case. Win or lose, no one should be leaving a courtroom feeling silenced or unheard. I'm also running because I feel there's a lack of humanity in our society that has spilled over into the courthouse. And as a judge, I will bring a conscious awareness to the bench, an awareness that will be demonstrated by my respect for the people in my courtroom and for fidelity to the law. I grew up in Dallas, Oak Cliff, graduated from Cedar Hill High School. I graduated from UT Arlington, and then I've been a practicing litigation lawyer since I graduated from SMU Law in 1999. I've spent my entire 22-year career at DeHay and Elliston, where I became a partner in 2013. My practice has covered everything from products liability to family law. I have handled hundreds of cases. I have deposed hundreds of folks. I have done everything you can do from petition to verdict. And I'm the right choice for Dallas County Court at Law number 3 because of my integrity, compassion, work ethic, and experience, my life experience and my work experience. I will apply the law accurately, fairly, and with an understanding of how it impacts the parties, the cases, and the community at large. And no one leaves my courtroom feeling misheard, mistreated, or disrespected because of their race, their gender, their sexuality, or their religion. And I hope that I can get your endorsement because it's time for a change and a fresh perspective. Thank you.
Great, thank you. And just to refresh everyone, those are our two candidates for Dallas County Court at Law number 3, Sally Montgomery, Misty Don Musteller. I'm going to go ahead and launch the poll. And you can start voting. And I'm able to see the numbers go up and down based on who's voting and how many people. If I see no movement in the poll after a certain period of time, I'll go ahead and close the voting with a 5-second notice. So we're voting on Dallas County Court at Law number 3. It should be on the screen. We have 57 people that have voted. Thank you. Okay, we'll go 5 more seconds. The poll isn't moving. Okay, I'm going to share the results. For Dallas County Court at Law number 3, it looks like our preliminary endorsed candidate is Misty Don Musteller. So thank you both. Congratulations, Misty. Feel free to post your campaign information and information about your campaign in the chat before you go. And feel free to hang out for our next race, which is the Dallas County Court at Law number 5. Okay, so for Dallas County Court at Law number 5, we have 2 challengers, Juan Renteria and Nicole Taylor. So we'll hear from Juan first.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for hosting this event. I'm actually the current judge for County Court at Law number 5. I was selected by the County Commissioner's Court. And one of the reasons that I was selected is I'm the most experienced candidate. I have a prior judicial experience. And you might ask yourself, why is that important? Well, as Judge Montgomery said, it's important to move cases. I took the bench September 1st. And since September 1st to today, I have actually been recognized as the most efficient court for Dallas County. In addition to that, I also have a track record of community, a public service to the community. I have volunteered for people who are getting deported, for their children. Actually, prior to getting appointed in August, I was actually on the school board for Carrollton Farmers Branch, which I thoroughly enjoyed. And unfortunately, I couldn't continue because a public official cannot have 2 offices at once. But if you want more information about me, you can find me at voteforjuan.com. I thank you in advance, and I deeply appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Great, thank you, Juan. Our next challenger in the Dallas County Court of Law number 5 is Nicole Taylor. Nicole?
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Nicole Taylor, and I'm a candidate for judge for Dallas County Court at Law number 5. This is an open civil bench that handles personal injury cases, contract disputes, real estate, and employment litigation. So why am I seeking this office? I've been practicing for 22 years. I've tried more than 300 cases before the bench and jury in federal and civil courts. Majority of my litigation experience has been in this court. I was encouraged to run for this seat by a number of former county court at law judges, including Judge Mark Greenberg, who retired this summer and created the open seat. They've seen my advocacy, they've seen how hard I work in my preparation, and they believe that I can do the job, and I trust their opinion. Civil trial experience matters. It matters in trying to expedite the business of the court, and my civil trial experience in this court will add significant value to the court. I've been a lifelong Democrat, and my voting record speaks for itself. I've been a precinct chair. I've been a deputy voter registrar, registering thousands of voters in Dallas County over the last 20 years. and I volunteer with the Texas Democratic Lawyers Association, protecting your rights to vote. I'm a true Democrat public servant, and I will do the work, judge fairly and with compassion, and treat all litigants with dignity and respect. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I pray that I can earn your support.
Great, thank you. As you can see, we have two great candidates for Dallas County Court at Law number 5, Juan Renteria and Nicole Taylor. I'm going to go ahead and launch that poll. And members, you can go ahead and start voting. Someone did suggest that if I don't see the poll moving, that I can shorten the time from 1 minute to less. And we're already at 50 people, 50 members having voted. So we're voting on Dallas County Court at Law number 5. Give it a few more seconds. Yeah, we'll give 5 more seconds. Get your votes in as a member for Dallas County Court at Law number 5. Okay, I haven't seen the poll move in a moment or two. I'm going to go ahead and end it and share the results. So congratulations to Nicole Taylor, the preliminary endorsed candidate for Dallas County Court at Law number 5 from the Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats. Congratulations. Okay, moving on to the next endorsement. We want to hear from Dan Patterson and Marilyn Mays for Dallas County Criminal Court at Law number 1. And first is Dan Patterson.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Very well. Thank you for having me. I'm Judge Dan Patterson. I've been your judge in County Criminal Court number 1 since 2006, when I ran with a group of people who ended up turning Dallas County blue. I'm very proud of that. I'm equally proud of the past 15 years I've been on the bench and served as your judge. I've consistently been one of the highest rated judges in Dallas County per the Dallas Bar Association's periodic bar poll. Most recently, I was voted by the Defense Lawyers Association here in the courthouse as the best judge in this courthouse, in the criminal courthouse. I grew up in Pleasant Grove. I went to W.W. Samuel High School. My father was a union pipe fitter. I grew up union politics, Democratic politics, used to build yard signs with those guys for the likes of Jim Maddox, Ann Richards, Martin Frost. This is in my blood. I've done it my whole life. I've never been anything but a Democrat. I'm proud of that. It's very important to me to be a good judge. It's important to me to be a good Democrat. And if those things are important to you, then I would appreciate your endorsement, your support, and your vote. Thank you for your time.
Great, thank you, Dan Patterson. Our next candidate for Dallas County Criminal Court at Law number 1 is Marilyn Mays. Marilyn? I'm going to check and see if Marilyn is on the call. And thank you, whoever mentioned before that Constable Orozco was having an issue. I can't see everything. I don't see a Marilyn on the call. I'm going to wait another 5 seconds or so, and then I'll launch the poll for Dallas County Criminal Court at Law number 1. We just heard from Dan Patterson and waiting to hear from Marilyn Mays. Last call for Marilyn Mays. Okay, I'm going to launch the poll. And members, you can begin voting. When I see the poll not moving anymore, I'll go ahead and give a few seconds notice and we'll close that. Okay, we have 62 votes already. Dallas County Criminal Court at Law number 1. We will go 5 more seconds. And then we'll end the poll. Okay, and we have a winner here. For Dallas County Criminal Court of Law number 1, with 95% of the vote, we have Dan Patterson. So congratulations, Mr. Patterson. You are preliminarily endorsed as Dallas County Criminal Court at Law number 1 from the Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats.
Thank you.
And candidates, feel free to continue to share your information in the chat. We do appreciate everyone that is here. We're going to hear next in a very important race, one of our key races, Dallas County District Attorney. And we have John Cruzeau and Elizabeth Frizzell. First on the ballot order is our current DA, John Cruzeau. Mr. Cruzeau?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you, everyone, and thank you for providing us the opportunity to visit. As mentioned, I am your current Dallas County Criminal District Attorney. I ran on a very specific platform of criminal justice reform, and we made promises and we've kept those promises. One of the things, obviously, that we wanted to focus on was mass incarceration and where it starts, which is in low-level offenses. We implemented a policy. We've stuck with our policy that we do not accept or prosecute first-time marijuana offenders. We've provided pathways to not jail the homeless and the mentally ill, and we're working to provide options for the community. We are investing our own money from the district attorney's office in what will be called, I think, the Dallas County Deflection Center. It will be a place where the police can take low-level offenders, criminal trespass, the homeless, the mentally ill, to the facility where they can get wraparound services. It's in the process of being built. It's being built to Parkland standards because Parkland will have a presence. It's a multi-million-dollar program. Okay, thank you. Also, I promise to beef up and to focus on conviction integrity. We have done that. And we also promise to focus on violent criminals. And we've done that from 2018 to 2019. My predecessor to me, we tried more violent criminals, had fewer acquittals, more convictions. All of the things that I promised to do in reference to criminal justice reform, bail reform, we have tackled and done the best we can under the circumstances with a lot of success. So thank you. You're on mute.
Thank you. I was just talking to myself again.
That's okay.
I do that a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Next is Elizabeth Frizzell, the other candidate for Dallas County District Attorney. And she is just entering the waiting room, so we'll give her a moment. Elizabeth, we were just introducing you for your 90 seconds for the Dallas County District Attorney. We're ready when you are. Elizabeth Frizzell, we are ready when you are for your endorsement conversation with the Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats. You can speak whenever you're ready.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
We got you. Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just leaving a parade. So Excuse my attire. How are you all doing?
Good.
Good, good. So tell me my time limit.
It's a 90-second time limit. So tell us
Okay.
briefly why we should endorse you for Dallas County District Attorney.
Okay, thank you all so much for taking your time to do the endorsement interviews. I'm Judge Elizabeth Davis Frizzell. I know a lot of you all know me. I've been practicing criminal law for 29 years. I've been a judge for 20 of those years on every level other than the appellate level. I started at the municipal court, went to county court judge, district court judge, and you all know I ran for district attorney in 2018. I got 49.999%, came very close. I'd like to get that other percentage point if I can. I want to bring unity, transparency, and accessibility to the DA's office. And most importantly, I want to make sure we do not lose this highest position in the criminal court. There's a reason they put Faith Johnson over there to run against our Democratic candidate. And I want to make sure we don't lose it to her. I know there's been a lot on the news about different things going on within the DA's office, and I've been hearing those things as well. I thought it was important for me to run because I think I can bring the things to the DA's office that Democrats want to see. If you all want to know any more of my platform, please go to my website, ForZellForDA.com. Frizell, FORDA.com. I have all of my platform. I have every reason that I'm running. I know that we can keep this seat. My position is I don't think we can keep it with the current DA, and I just don't want to lose it. And that's a part of why I waited so long to run. I was doing polling to see, can we keep this seat? I don't think you can. I know I can. I'm going to ask you to excel with Frizell on March the 1st. Thank you all so much.
Great. Thank you. And those were our two candidates for Dallas County District Attorney, John Creusot and Elizabeth Frizzell. I am going to launch our poll and we will be able to vote as members. We're going to go ahead and give this the full minute on this one. The members, you should see a poll. If you're a member, you can go ahead and vote. We do download the results so we can see that everyone was a member that voted. And we have 40 more seconds. Twenty more seconds. The poll's still moving a little bit. We have 71 members that have voted. And thanks everyone for taking the time this morning, not just the candidates, but all the members to come out for this important endorsement meeting. We look forward to getting the names and getting them on postcards and out to the voters. So I'm going to end the poll. It's been a minute. And I'm going to share the results. All right, for Dallas County District Attorney, the preliminary results are John Creusot with 78%, Elizabeth Frizzell at 22%. So our preliminary endorsement is for John Creusot. And candidates, feel free to stay, even after you've spoken, and share your information about your campaign in the chat, and interact with members, and stay as long as you please. We appreciate your time today. Okay. Next on our list of races is the Dallas County District Clerk. And I need to make a change here real quick. So our first candidate for Dallas County District Clerk is Amy Thompson Hollins. So we're going on to Dallas County District Clerk, Amy Thompson Hollins.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm trying to make sure I can see the timekeeper. Okay. Good morning, Lake Highlands, White Rock Democrats. I am Amy Thompson Hollins, your choice for change in the district clerk's office. I'm asking for your endorsement and support. I'm running because I'm qualified, lifelong Dallas County Democrat, educated in DISD, a Bachelor of Science from Texas A&M University, MBA in Human Resources from the University of Dallas, and have relevant community and public service leadership experience. I also have 20 years of professional experience in customer service, human resources, labor relations, and experience in the district clerk's office. There will be accolades shared by the honorable elected official, but I am running because the community is affected by citable and documented failures in the office. In this office, the elected official has not approved qualified, experienced bilingual candidates for hire, and that's why there's a staffing shortage. In this office, you will find a handbook full of outdated, even discriminatory language prohibiting and punishing employees more aggressively than the county code. It's the elected official's responsibility to approve these changes. There's lots that I could not do as the HR representative, so I'm running. Leaders and members of Lake Highlands, White Rock Democrats, we can't allow biased incumbents to continue to walk into these offices. Failed communication, failed oversight, failed delegating and planning, failed implementation and execution leads to an e-filing backup that is 100 pages long. Please endorse Amy Thompson Hollins. I am the change in the district clerk's office that needs to happen. Thank you for your time, White Rock Democrats.
Thank you, Amy Thompson Hollins. We'll next hear from Felicia Petrie, our second candidate for Dallas County District Clerk.
Good morning. I'm Felicia Petrie, your Dallas County District Clerk. I have a master's degree in business administration. I've been an active member of the Democratic Party for 29 years. I have served as a precinct chair. I have been working in my community for years. I have worked for a state legislator, former state representative Terry Hodge. So I have legislative experience. Our job is driven by statute. So you have to know the statute in order to perform your job. The district clerk's office is a public servant's office. We are public servants. We were open throughout COVID. We never closed. We have to be able and present to provide protective orders, and we saw an increase in protective orders during COVID. Our magistration office is open 24 hours. I have an open door policy. Thank you. If we have an outdated policy, it's because my human resource director did not do her job. It's her responsibility to see to those things. We have a lot of work. We have a lot to do. I am a public servant. I'm here to serve. I have received your endorsement in the past. I am a hard worker, and I hope to receive your vote and your support again this time. Thank you.
Great, thank you. As you can see, we have two great candidates for Dallas County District Clerk. I'm going to share the poll, and members, you'll be able to vote. And I'm going to go ahead and start the poll. Once I see the poll not moving anymore, I will go ahead and give a 5-second notice, and then we'll end the poll. We're trying to catch up on time a little bit. It's been about 30 seconds. We have 60 members that have voted, 61. Still see the poll moving a little bit. We're voting on Dallas County District Clerk. And I'm going to let it go the full minute. And we are at 1 minute. I'm going to end the poll here. And I'm sharing the result right now. For Dallas County District Clerk, it was very close. Amy Thompson Hollins at 52% and Felicia Petrie at 48%. Just to remind everyone, this is a members only vote, so we will be downloading the results, verifying all the membership, because in a close race like this, we do want to make sure that it was only members voting. So the preliminary endorsement will be for Amy Thompson Hollins, and we'll move on to the next race, which will be our first race with a lot of people in it. So we'll definitely make sure to keep them brief with the 90 seconds. So thank you to the candidates for Dallas County District Clerk. Okay, our next race is the Dallas County Commissioner Precinct number 2. And we're gonna first hear in ballot order from Andrew Sommerman. Mr. Sommerman?
Thank you very much. My name is Andy Sommerman. I'm running for County Commissioner number 2 as a Democrat. Many of you may know me as Clay Jenkins' attorney in his fight against Governor Abbott and J.J. Koch. This whole fight started when J.J. Koch decided to come to a meeting without a mask on, but he had a cup of coffee in his hand. During that fight that we've had with that.
Am I surprised?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, I am.
Well, let me tell you a couple of things I noticed. Number one.
Felicia, you are on. Felicia, you're still mute yourself.
All right, I just muted everyone because we did have someone that was speaking while Mr. Sommerman was speaking and interrupting him. I'm going to restart Mr. Sommerman's timer to give him the fair 90 seconds. So please mute yourself if you're not a candidate. And if you want to speak, be a candidate. We want more of them. Okay, so Mr. Sommerman, I'm going to reset your timer. Introduce us again.
Thank you so much. Again, my name is Andy Sommerman, and it's still Andy Sommerman. Many of you may know that I am the attorney who represents Clay Jenkins in his litigation against the governor and J.J. Koch. All that litigation began when J.J. Koch decided to go to a meeting without a mask on and with a cup of coffee in his hand. He wanted to stand over the county judge, Clay Jenkins, and point his finger at him and tell him that he had a constitutional right to inadvertently spit on people. Now, the reason why I mentioned the coffee cup is because if he went into Starbucks without a mask on, he couldn't have bought the coffee cup. As a result, it seems clear that this is political theater. We do not need political theater involved in our government at all. It is a bad thing to have political theater take precedence over things like your health and your life. And as a result, I stand against political theater involved in our government, and I stand with Clay Jenkins in that battle. You know, this is a rather conservative jurisdiction that we have here. It's moderate is more way to put it. Last time in the last election cycle, Ms. Vedlez only won by 50.1%. We have places like Highland Park, University Park, Preston Hollow, Farmers Branch, and Capel, to name a few, in this particular jurisdiction. As a result, the center is what votes, and the center really hates that type of political theater that's involved. This candidate, J.J. Koch, is very vulnerable as a result. You know, I'm a voter protection lawyer. I have been involved in voter protection for some time. I have worked against voter suppression in litigation. I've worked against multi-district litigation, and I've worked against those whose votes who count. Thank you very much for your time. I'm a lifetime Democrat, Andy Sommerman.
Thank you. Still Andy Sommerman.
Still.
Next up is Michelle Oker. Michelle? Okay. I'm looking at the participants. I do not see Michelle Oker, Michelle Faulkner. I know there's multiple last names there. I'm going to go ahead and proceed to the next candidate, Phillip Kingston, and we'll go back to Michelle Oker if she comes on. Phillip Kingston.
Hey, y'all. Can you hear me okay?
Hear you and see you great.
Great.
Here.
I'm Phillip Kingston. It's very nice to see so many friends here. And at this Democratic club. I served 6 years on your Dallas City Council, and my record in that time is a large number of progressive policy wins that demonstrate Democratic values. When you hear Judge Cruz talk about not prosecuting low-level marijuana arrests, that's work that started with my cite and release program that Judge Nancy Mulder helped develop at the county. I worked on the city side and she worked on the county. And that's my record, is highly effective work in local government for democratic values. When I tell you that I can help the county become a real player in affordable housing and in transit, you know I'm telling the truth because of my history of developing affordable housing and improving transit at DART. The downtown D2 subway alignment probably would not have gone forward without me. That was going to be a surface alignment, and it took me about 2 years to get people's minds changed on that. I'm going to put into the chat something that I'm fairly proud of. It's a list of endorsements. And so when it comes to my political work in getting Democrats elected, there aren't a lot of people more effective at that. And you can see that in the number of elected officials who have endorsed my campaign. I would very much appreciate the endorsement of this club as well. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Councilman Kingston. Once a councilman, always a councilman, until your next elected position. Next up is Tom Irvin.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tom Irvin. And as most of you know, for the past 5 years, I've been supporting Democratic candidates, Democratic issues. I've gone to club meetings, I've gone to rallies, I've gone to forums all over this county. You know, I've had over thousands of conversations with our neighbors, and those conversations have told me and let me hear and feel how the issues affect their everyday lives. We have got to do more to protect our citizens in this county. My professional experience is best suited to be county commissioner in this race. I have provided acquisition, divestiture, and merger services to my clients. Those processes have been inclusive and collaborative. As an example, I was also appointed by a federal bankruptcy court to be an independent manager. So for 6 months, I oversaw the operations and management of that company until we were through the process. The thing that really keeps me up at night is a statistic that shows that in some zip codes, people have a 10-year less life expectancy than most of our county. So what we need is someone who's going to be on this county commission that's going to be collaborative so that we can work to make the county government the catalyst that really brings positive change to this county so that we can improve our public health care services, improve our affordable housing for frontline workers. We need to quit displacing people with our development, and we need to develop a public option for quality childcare. I appreciate your support. Hope for your vote. Thank you.
Great, thank you. We are doing currently the Dallas County Commissioner Precinct number 2. We heard from Mr. Sommerman, we heard from Councilman Kingston and Tom Irvin. We did not hear from Michelle Ocker, and I have not seen Michelle come into the room. Is Michelle, are you here? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and launch the poll so we can stay on track. This is for Dallas County Commissioner Precinct 2, and I'm going to give this a full minute. Poll is open. Just a reminder, we need 50 plus 1. If we don't have a 50 plus 1, we will be taking the top 2 candidates and having them be revoted on. Fifteen more seconds. 5 seconds.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the thing on my screen. The ballot.
Who is this speaking?
Sorry, yes, I did. Sorry. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to go a couple more seconds here. And 5 more seconds, and I'm closing the poll. Okay. The poll is ended. This is a very close race, as we all know. I'm going to share the results. So as you can see, we don't have anyone with 50+1. Our top 2 challengers are Andy Summerman and Tom Irvin with 39 and 29%. I'm going to edit the poll and then relaunch it as quickly as I possibly can zoom and do. So hold on. This is our first one we've had to do this, so we'll see how quickly I can do this. We can set a timer on me. So what we'll be doing next is I'll be relaunching the poll with only Andy Summerman and Tom Irvin selected. We won't hear from them again as far as their speeches. So I am about to relaunch this with 2 candidates for Dallas County Commissioner Precinct number 2, Andrew Sommerman and Tom Irvin. I will give this the full minute to vote, and the poll is on the screen. And the 50+1 on this will be our candidate that we're endorsing. We have 30 more seconds. Fifteen more seconds. All right, and that's our full minute. I'm going to end the poll and share the results. The endorsed candidate preliminarily from the Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats for Dallas County Commissioner Precinct number 2 is Andy Sommerman with 62%, Tom Irvin with 38%, which meets our 50+1 criteria. So thank you to all the candidates in that race for participating. And just a reminder, you know, if you don't make it through the primary at the end of the day, support the other Democratic candidates. And I'm going to download this and we'll move on to our next race, which is Dallas County Judge, which is Billy Clark and Clay Jenkins. In ballot order, Billy Clark is the first person here. Billy Clark, would you like to take 90 seconds to talk to us about your Dallas County Judge race? And I'm going to check to see if Mr. Clark is on. And just to clarify, when I say 50+1, I mean 50% +1, if that was unclear. Okay, I'm not seeing Billy Clark on the call. We'll go to the next candidate, which is Clay Jenkins. Is Mr. Jenkins on the call? Okay. I do not see that we have either candidate on the call. So I am going to launch the poll and we will vote on Dallas County Judge. And the poll is live, and I'll give a 5-second warning. We'll go at least 30 seconds. Okay, we are at 35 seconds. I'll give it 5 more seconds. Okay, I'm going to close this poll and share the results. The preliminary winner and the endorsed candidate for Dallas County Judge from the Lake Highlands White Democrats is Clay Jenkins with 90%. So congratulations, Mr. Jenkins. And we will now move on to our next race, which is Dallas County Court at Law number 4. Our first candidate is Diane Catherine Jones. Diane, are you on the call?
Yes, I am.
Great. Well, give us your 90 seconds so we can consider you for endorsement today.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Diane Catherine Jones. I'm running for Judge of County Court at Law, and I just want to thank you for your time and giving me an opportunity to share with you why I'm running for this bench. I believe that every 4 years, as you know, these benches come up for office and everyone should be reevaluated. It's so important that there is a reevaluation process of what the jobs that are being done. As you heard Judge Renteria, he's been on the bench since September 1st of this year, and he said he's the most efficient judge on the bench. Well, COVID has been here and it has shut down the courts. And I want you to know that I believe that in the next 4 years, from 2023 to 2026, it is going to be important to have a judge on the bench that is going to be there working long hours to get the docket moved. There are people who have cases tied up in the courtroom for years. And I know that they can't go out and buy a house. They can't do certain things because their cases are tied up in the litigation. My name is Diane Jones. I have 32 years of experience. I have been an assistant United States attorney under Paul Coggins. I was the judge of County Court at Law, Dallas County Criminal Court number 11 for 7 years. I was appointed by John Wiley Price and the county commissioners. I have experience on both sides of the docket. I will be fair, hardworking, and I will be kind. I've lived all over the world as an Army brat. I went to SMU. And I will be assistant to you and the people. Thank you.
Great, thank you. And from a Navy brat to an Army brat, thanks for your parent service. Family served the hardest. Our next candidate for Dallas County Court at Law number 4, Paula M. Rosales. Paula?
Hello, everyone. I am your incumbent judge, Paula Rosales. I am currently at the Martin Luther King Parade in Garland. Thank you to the Lake Highlands Democrats for all of the work that you continue to do in spite of this pandemic. I am very proud of the work that my court has done over the past 3 years under these unprecedented times during the pandemic. We have moved the court efficiently. My court was one of the first courts to go virtual. We are still under a pandemic, and we have been going through the virtual process from the beginning. If you visit my website, you'll find a direct link to my virtual courtroom. I am an unwavering Democrat. I'm currently running against a former Republican judge in the Democratic primary. I am proudly endorsed by Congresswoman Eddie Bernice Johnson, Senator Royce West, and Commissioner John Wiley Price. I am so proud of the work that my team has done over the past 3 years. I'm asking for your support. I'm also asking that you help me educate the voters about who my opponent truly is. And again, I am very proud of the work that we've been doing. I continue to work efficiently under the virtual platform, and public safety is certainly important. If you have been practicing under a rock or in North Carolina or anywhere else, you would not know that the George Allen Courthouse has been closed to the public for most of the 2 years. But my court, again, like most of the courts at the George Allen Courthouse, have been running virtually and efficiently, and my docket has not stopped. And so I'm asking for your support one more time. Please push for Paula. Thank you again to the Lake Highland Democrats and to everyone who is doing a work to ensure that our voters do have a voice.
Thank you. All right. I'm going to go ahead and launch that poll for Dallas County Court at Law number 4. If I can find it. Here we go. The poll for the Dallas County Court at Law number 4 should be on your screen. And when I see the timer or the thing stop moving, the poll stop moving, I'll go ahead and give it a 5-second notice. And just to confirm what someone asked earlier, when I say 50 plus 1, I do mean 50%. So for instance, in that last race with the commissioners, you had to have 50% one. Okay, I'm going to give it 2 or 5 more seconds. Okay.
I think they're both qualified, but I didn't like the way the first.
We have our preliminary endorsed candidate for Dallas County Court at Law number 4, Paula Rosales, with 84%. So congratulations, Paula. And thank you, Diane, for coming out today and participating in our endorsement process. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next race, which is District Judge 192nd Judicial District. In ballot order, we're going to hear first from Maria Aceves. Horrible pronunciations.
No worries. Thank you, Brian. My name is Maria Aceves. Thank you, Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats. I am running for the 192nd Civil District Court. This is an open bench. After consulting with several of the judges, some of which are personal mentors of mine, they motivated me to run for this open position. A little bit about me. I was born in Mexico City, moved to the US when I was 2.5 years old, and I've been in the Dallas-Fort Worth area since I was 11 years old. I went to SMU undergrad and SMU law school, and while I was in law school and after law school, I interned and worked for one of our civil district court judges here in Dallas County. I then went to go work for an insurance defense firm where I got my litigation experience, everything ranging from jury trials to motion practice. And then I switched sides working for a boutique catastrophic injury firm. Around almost 5 years ago, I opened my own firm representing injured individuals and their families, as well as doing civil guardian ad litem work, representing minor children in civil cases. Due to my hard work and dedication to my clients, I have been named one of the best lawyers under 40 by D Magazine. I've been named a Super Lawyers Rising Star for the past 4 years, and I've been recognized by the National Trial Lawyers as a top 40 under 40 in plaintiff's personal injury. I've been endorsed by State Senator Royce West. I've been endorsed by State Representative Rafael Anchia, Representative Victoria Niabe, Commissioner Dr. Elba Garcia, among other endorsements. I am running on a platform of fairness, access, and efficiency. In terms of access, I am bilingual and would like to provide Spanish-speaking services to our Spanish-speaking litigants. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you for coming out and telling us about your background. Our next candidate for District Judge 192nd Judicial District is Tracy Shelby. Tracy?
Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, I'm getting ready for a Martin Luther King parade. I'm glad to be here to ask for endorsement. My name is Tracy M. Shelby. I am running for the 192nd Civil District Court. I have 22 years of experience in civil matters, from litigation to transactional. I have an MBA from Tuck School of Business at Dartmouth in finance and real estate. I have clerked for 2 federal judges in Eastern District of Pennsylvania and Philadelphia. While I have worked on Wall Street for many years, taking companies from public to private. With that experience in M&A, I will bring it to the court. I'm a person who's standing on access, justice, and equality for all. I'm asking for your support, for you to support the most qualified candidate. Thank you for your support. I truly appreciate it.
Great. Thank you. We heard from both of our candidates for District Judge 192nd Judicial District. I'm going to go ahead and launch that poll, and we will go ahead and take a minute to vote. And the poll has been launched. And just a reminder, while we're in a voting break here, please mute yourself if you're not a candidate.
It's, they're handicapped. The people appearing are handicapped by
Okay, we'll go about another 5 seconds. The poll is on the screen. Okay. I'm going to end the poll. This is for District Judge for the 192nd Judicial District. And congratulations to Maria Aceves, 86%. Congratulations. Thank you both for attending today. Feel free to continue to participate and to share your information in the chat for everyone. Great. So our next race is District Judge for the 204th Judicial District, which is Tammy Kemp and Brie West. First in ballot order, we're going to hear from Tammy Kemp. Tammy Kemp, tell us why we should endorse you.
Thank you. First of all, thank you all for having me this morning and giving of your time. My name is Tammy Kemp. I'm your current judge presiding over the 204th Judicial District Court. We are a criminal felony court handling all cases from capital murders to the lowest level, which is a state jail felony. Prior to being elected to this bench, I served as an assistant district attorney where I supervised the child abuse and family violence courts, and I tried a number of capital murder cases. I have worked as a defense attorney, as a prosecutor, and prior to moving here in Texas, I served as an assistant attorney general and assistant secretary of state. Currently in the 204th Judicial District Court, I also preside over the felony domestic violence court, and I'm serving my second term as the administrative judge of the criminal felony courts. I've been elected to that post by my fellow judges to serve yet a second term. When I ran for this bench in 2014, I promised the public that I would be accountable to the public, that I would be compassionate towards victims, and that I would be fair to the accused. I've kept those promises. Our court consistently ranks among the top as far as efficiency and moving cases. We have made adjustments to deal with the pandemic and have been able to continue providing services to the public. I ask for your vote today as I seek my third term, and I know you will agree with me that the 204th will be best served if we keep Kemp. Thank you very much for your time.
Great, thank you. That was Tammy Kemp. Our next candidate in the district judge for the 204th Judicial District is Brie West.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Brie West. I'm seeking to become the next judge of the 204th Judicial District Court. I've been both a prosecutor and defense attorney in Dallas County for more than 10 years. My private practice, my defense practice spans both state, federal, and federal appellate law. And I represent about 90% of my clients are indigent citizens that have been accused of criminal offenses. I've tried well over 100 cases over the last 10 years. I understand our current criminal justice system from both sides. There are a lot of issues that we're dealing with: bail reform, mental health and substance abuse issues, and how to address those within our specialty courts, a lack of specialty courts, a lack of room in specialty courts for citizens that have been accused of offenses that struggle with mental health and substance abuse. Those are things that need to be addressed in our criminal court system. Our city is growing. Our county is growing. The judicial system is going to play a vital role in the way that our community grows safely. Criminal justice reform is important, and we have to address the issues of mass incarceration that we see in the Dallas County Jail, the horrific conditions that we see in the Dallas County Jail, and the judicial system plays a huge role in that. I'm running on a platform of fairness and unbiased balance on the bench. Having somebody that has had experience both as a defense attorney and as a prosecutor for the last 10 years is what we need in Dallas County. Thank you so much. I hope to earn your vote, Brie West, for judge. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you both. I am going to put the poll for the 204th Judicial District on the screen in a moment here. And I'm going to go ahead and launch the poll. When I see the numbers stop moving, I'll give it a few seconds and then we'll close the poll. Just a reminder, in order to be voting, since this is a club endorsement, we do need to make sure you're a member. So we're trying to download all of the polls and verify membership. So all the results you see today are preliminary results. Okay, I'll give it 5 more seconds. All right, and closing the poll. The results for the district judge for the 204th Judicial District. Congratulations, Brie West. You're the preliminary endorsed candidate by the Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats. Thank you both for participating today, and feel free to share your information in the chat, hang out a little bit more. We do have a few more races to go through. We're almost on track. We're at the 10:55 contest, which is district judge for the 255th District Court. And our first candidate based on ballot order is Vonda Bailey. So Vonda, can you tell us about why the Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats should endorse you?
Yes, first off, thank you, Lake Highlands Democrats, for allowing this opportunity. My name is Vonda Bailey. I am a family court attorney. I've practiced family law for the past 8 years. Born and raised in Dallas County all my life. I attended high school here, went to elementary school, you name it, I've been here. I am running on restoring integrity, fairness, and impartiality to this particular bench. For the past 8 years as a family law attorney, I have seen a number of things in this court I have not liked, quite frankly, you know, from me, myself, along with other colleagues of mine, getting bar grievances filed on us by the current sitting judge, the undoing of adoptions, being unbiased toward different litigants, as well as different attorneys that appear in this court, as well as the incumbent judge violating their own court order. I believe that in order to be a judge, you have to be fair, and it starts with your own family. So fairness, integrity, impartiality is something that needs to be restored in this particular court. Again, my name is Vonda Bailey. I am asking for your support. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. That was Vonda Bailey for the District Judge, 255th District Court. Next up is Kim Cooks. Kim Cooks, tell us why we should endorse you in your candidacy.
Good morning. I'm Judge Kim Cooks. I'm the presiding judge of the 255th Family Court, as well as Protective Order Court here in Dallas County. I am also a member of Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats, and I have been an attorney for 20 years with experience in family law. I'm seeking your support for re-election for my third term. We have done excellent things in the court. We have been at the top as far as efficiency. There is no backlog despite the pandemic. We have worked virtually, gone in and made sure that every case was heard, and that every case was heard with fairness, efficiently, with dignity, fair, and patience. So that's very important with family law cases. You know, you have to be patient and you have to take the cases seriously. And that's what I have done. Also, with Protective Order Court, it wasn't a full and up and running court. And I briefed the county commissioners and got it up and running so we can serve the citizens of Dallas County with protective orders. We have partnered with UNT Law where they are going to come in and help self-represented litigants. So I've ran on the mantra of mending the broken families, and I have done that with CPS cases, with all the cases that come through the court. Over 20,000 cases have come through, and I'm proud to say and honored that we have mended broken families. I'm looking for your support for my third term. Thank you all.
Great, thank you. And that's both of our candidates for the 255th District Court. I'm going to go ahead and launch that poll. Members, you'll be able to see that on your screen in just a moment, and you'll be able to vote for about the next 45 seconds or so. When I see it stop moving, I will go ahead and end it. We'll go another 5 seconds here. Poll's not moving very much. Okay, closing the poll. And with 70 votes total, Vonda Bailey has received the preliminary endorsement from the Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats with 54%. So that meets our 50% plus one threshold. So congratulations, Vonda. Thank you, Judge Cooks, for being here today and being a member of the club. We appreciate that. Feel free to post your information in the chat, and we will move on to our next race. The next race is another judicial race, the 256th Judicial District, and this is Sandra Street and David Lopez. We'll first hear from Sandra Street based on ballot order.
Good morning, everyone. I am coming to you from an MLK parade, so I apologize if my face is not directly in the camera. I'm trying to see it. However, I am so happy to be here with you this morning. Thank you again, Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats, for hosting your primary endorsement screenings. I just want to let you know that it is an absolute privilege to be here with you. Again, I am Sandra Street, candidate for judge for the 256th Family District Court. Family District Court. I thank you again. As a 20+ year attorney who's been practicing in the family courts for all of this time, I like to tell people that my experience is 360 degrees. At this point, there is no role that I haven't played in family court except for that of judge, which is what I'm seeking. I have done the child welfare cases, the property cases, the divorces, anything that you can think of, I have done it. I am proud of my record as an attorney. I am proud of my hard work that I've put in, and I am seeking your support. I also sought your endorsement in my 2 other elections, and I was fortunate enough to receive it. I ask that you consider me for this race for judge of the 256 Family District Court. I will bring fairness, competency, and a vast amount of experience, which I believe we need. Again, this is a democracy. These benches are available every 4 years. We have to hold people accountable, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with exercising your democratic right to step into a race such as this. Thank you again for having me, and have a good morning.
Great, thank you so much. And our next primary candidate is David Lopez.
All right, good morning. Thank you very much. Thank you everyone for being here. Nobody wants to be in a family court. Nobody wants to be in a civil court. Nobody wants to be in a criminal court. But if you have to be in court, you want the most qualified and capable person to decide your case. My name is David Lopez, and I believe I am that person. I'm the current judge of the 256 court, and I've been the judge for 15 years. 15 years I've been the judge. I've only been contested once. That was 12 years ago. I practiced law 13 years prior to becoming a judge. I have 28 years experience in the law. And family court cases are difficult. They involve our children, our property, families, and very complex. And I know how to resolve those kind of cases. Equally important is not just experience, but how does a judge do their job on the bench? That's really what this gets down to. What does a judge do on the bench? And I'm going to tell you, I'm one of the top performing family court judges here in Dallas. I am one of the top performing family court judges here in Dallas. You can verify that by looking at the Dallas bar evaluations, and the latest bar evaluations reflect that 92% of lawyers who practice in my court find that I'm either doing excellent or at least acceptable. 92%. So I'm going to tell you this, I am the best person for this job. I seek your endorsement. Sometimes the best person for the job is a person who's already doing it. Thank you very much, Lake Highlands and White Rock. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and launch the poll. This is for the 256 Judicial District. We'll go ahead and members can begin to vote, and we will stop after we see the vote count not changing anymore, and give a 5-second warning. Okay, we'll go about 5 more seconds. All right, I'm going to proceed with closing the poll. This is our District Judge 256 Judicial District. And we do have someone that reached the 50% +1 threshold, and that is David Lopez. So Mr. Lopez, you'll be receiving our preliminary endorsement. We'll review the results and so forth. Thank you both for participating. And moving to our next district judge position is district judge for the 282nd Judicial District. Our first candidate based on ballot order is Theresa Hawthorne. Say hello, Theresa.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good. We've got 90 seconds to tell the Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats why we should endorse.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your work you do with the Democratic Party and the Lake Highlands Club. I really appreciate your time and all of your volunteer work. I'm going to steal a line that I just heard from Judge Lopez. What does that judge do on the bench? And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to give you an example of what is happening on the bench in the 282nd. On any given day, and on or about January the 21st of this year, Judge Gibbons has probably 38 cases set. They're either trials or they're hearings. Those lawyers have to come into that courtroom and they have to stay in there. She will not let them leave. So you've got all of these lawyers in there holding up the other 16 court dockets. And that is not efficient. That is not good for the taxpayers. Now, as a judge, there's lots of things that we are doing, and so is John Cruzo in the DA's office, to rehabilitate. But one of the things that I found the most important, and one of the things that I worked on very diligently, was helping my client get jobs. Jobs, jobs, jobs. That's what I wanted, is I want them to get jobs to keep from reoffending. Thank you very much for your time. Please, I urge you to read my website. It tells you why I'm running, what I have to offer, and a short letter of warning to you about voting and being an educated voter. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Our next candidate, I'm going to go ahead and mute all just because we did have some crosstalk at the end. Our next candidate is Amber Gibbons. We have
Hello.
30 seconds here.
Hi, I am your current presiding judge of the 282nd Judicial District Court, and I want to thank the Lake Highland White Rock Democrats for the virtual platform as I'm out campaigning. So I have been presiding over this court for the last 7 years. And prior to that, I was a prosecutor and a defense attorney. I started my practice in New York and then moved to Houston and then ultimately Dallas. When I met with you all in 2014, I made you all some promises. And at that time, I was running against my now male opponent, who I ultimately defeated. I told you, based on being a Democrat, that work ethic was important, and that not only would we start opening the mail, because that was something he wasn't doing, and there was a story about it for, I think, over 700 pieces of mail sitting that hadn't been open for 2 years. That was something basic, something easy that I could do. I told you that I would do that because that's a sense of fairness. When you mail something to the court, your court costs, your fines, and even say a wrongful conviction writ, that's key. I told you that he had 44% of the backlog. I have gone to work. Now, we could play semantics because the Texas Supreme Court has said that we can operate virtually. I have been operating virtually since March of 2020. I do not require attorneys to come inside the courtroom. They are able to be online because I do believe in public safety. Beyond doing those basic things, I'm the only candidate in this race that's never been reversed by a higher court. I believe in not just saying I'm a Democrat, but actually practicing some of our key values, which are community and social responsibility, and I've created a number of programs. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry I can't hear you, but thank you.
Sorry. Thank you for honoring our time commitments today and being here.
Yes.
Our next candidate in the district judge for the 282nd is Andrew Chatham. And I don't see an Andrew Chatham logged on to the meeting. If you're logged on under another name or other account, Mr. Chatham, please speak now. You've got your 90 seconds. Okay, calling one more time. Andrew Chatham, this is your 90 seconds of fame to convince the Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats why we should endorse you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and launch that poll because I don't see Mr. Chatham coming on, and this is for the 282nd Judicial District, and the poll is now live, so feel free to vote. Okay, the poll isn't moving very much anymore. I'm going to go ahead and give it 5 more seconds. And the winner with the 50% +1 of the district judge for the 282nd Judicial District preliminarily is Amber Givens. So congratulations. Thank you to everyone for attending today. Feel free to post your information in the chat and to interact with members. We're going to move on to the next race, which is Dallas County Court at Law number 1. And the candidates are LaDouglas Johnson and Demetria Benson. So let's hear first from LaDouglas Johnson. I just saw you pop up there.
Good morning.
Great, you got 90 seconds here.
Thank you. My name is LaDouglas Johnson, and Lake Highlands, I need your help to take Dallas County at Law number 1 from worst to first. I've been practicing law for 22 years now. I earned my bachelor's from Duke University and my law degree from Southern Methodist University. I'm a lifetime Democrat, and I've been committed to giving back to the Dallas community throughout my career. Most recently, I served on the City Planning Commission, as well as the Zoning Ordinance and Advisory Committee for the City of Dallas. I've volunteered at legal clinics all over Dallas County for the past 18 years. I won Volunteer of the Year Award in 2016 and the Social Justice Award in 2017 from the CAW Clark Legal Clinic. I don't have time to beat around the bush about why I'm in this race. I've been asked, begged, and pleaded by folks who've had cases in this court, attorneys who've practiced in this court, and others to step up, throw my hat in the ring, and do something about it. County Court at Law number 1 ranks dead last among civil courts in the 2021 Dallas Bar Judicial Evaluation Poll in all 6 of 6 measures. That's dead last in being prepared, issuing timely orders, impartiality, knowledge of the law, proper temperament, and overall performance. Unless we think 2021 was a fluke, this court ranked dead last in 2019, 2017, 2015, 2013, 2011, and 2009. It's time to take Dallas County Court at Law number 1 from worst to first. My name is LaDouglas Johnson. I'm first on your ballot. I humbly ask for your support.
Great, thank you. Our next candidate for Dallas County Court at Law number 1 is Demetria Benson. Demetria, are you on the call?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Good morning. I'm Judge Demetria Benson. I'm the judge of County Court at Law number 1. I have been your judge of that court since 2006 when I was elected as part of the Great Blue Wave. I want to start by addressing first what my opponent judged based on a bar poll. Bar polls are participated in by a minimum number of individuals. There are over 11,000 members of the bar and about 200 to 300 participate in the bar. That's not how a judge's qualifications or temperament is determined. And in terms of moving cases, those statistics are available through the Office of Court Administration. I can tell you that in 2021, to my own surprise, we've been working remotely, but my court tried 159 non-jury trials and 1 jury trial. That's given a pandemic, so we are working. In terms of where we are in terms of overall dispositions, there are 5 county courts at law. We rank 3rd. So we move our cases. I've been licensed for 38 years. I have been the local administrative county judge for the last couple of years. And as part of that, my job has been to create schedules to help rotate judges to ensure that we do not expose the public to COVID. I thank you for this opportunity to talk with you. You can find my information at demetriabenson.com. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you so much. That was hearing from Dallas County Court at Law number 1, Douglas Johnson and Demetria Benson. I'm going to go ahead and post the poll. Members will be able to vote for who they believe the club should endorse. And the poll is now live. After the poll stops moving, I will go ahead and give a 5-second or so notice, and then we'll close the poll. Go about 5 more seconds or so before we close. All right, I'm going to close the poll. And the winner of the Dallas County Court at Law number 1 endorsement preliminarily from the Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats is the Douglas Johnson. So congratulations. Both candidates, please feel free to post your information into the chat, hang out, listen to other candidates, and hear what's going on here. Thank you both for participating today. Moving on to the next race, we have Dallas County Justice of the Peace Precinct 5, Place 2. We have 3 challengers for that position: Juan Yasso, Desmond Des Cooks, and Kalitha Dotson. And I will apologize for mispronunciation of names and all that. My last name's Hassenbauer, so that's okay. I already had one candidate, they're like, hey, what's your last name? How do I pronounce that again? So we're going to hear from Mr. Jasso first. Juan Jasso, are you here? I don't see Mr. Jasso here. We can follow up if he shows up and while we're hearing from other candidates for this race. We'll now move on to Desmond Des Cooks. Desmond Cooks, are you here? Thank you, Mark. The J is silent. Hasso. I like it. Thank you. So I don't see Desmond Des Cooks here either. So we're going to go ahead and proceed with our third candidate, which is Kalitha Dotson.
Awesome sauce. Yes, you pronounced it correctly. It is Kalitha. Greetings, everyone. Greetings, and thank you for having me. It was some technical difficulties, so I couldn't hear you guys earlier. So if you don't mind, what would you, I would like to know, what are you needing from me to present myself?
So we have a 90-second timer, and I'll start that after I give you that notice. So yeah, 90 seconds. Tell us why we should endorse you as our candidate.
Well, thank you for having me. And the reason why I'm asking for your endorsement is because I do believe that there needs to be a change. I believe that the JP course belongs to the people. It's not our course. I believe that also when you vote me in, whomever you vote in as a judge or a JP, we work for the people. The people don't work for us. We don't own these seats. You were just graciously enough to entrust us to say that we would do the right thing for you and by you. You are also entrusting us saying that whenever a change is needed, we will come for a change, and we will not only will we make a change for the people, we will also try and bridge the gap that's within the community and the courts. I want everyone to, when they come into the courtrooms, to know that you have a right to be heard. You're not just coming in there. It's already an uncomfortable experience because you're there, but we want to make sure that you know that while you're there, we're there rooting for you. We want you to have an understanding of the knowledge, of the legal knowledge of what's happening. We want you to have an understanding of what's going forward with you. And And so that's why I would like to implement, night classes, open houses, things that I want to be a service to the people. I want everyone to know that I am here to commit to do a service for you. I work for you. You don't work for me. And I don't hold this seat. You were just gracious enough to vote me in at that, the JP of the People's Courts. And if I can get a situation handled there, it won't move up further. And that means that whatever the situation is, I have things in place. So thank you for listening and hearing me out today. And you guys have an awesome sauce of a day.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So I am going to take another call for Mr. Juan Hasso. Are you here, Mr. Hasso?
Yes, hello.
Oh, you are. Okay, great.
Okay.
You have 90 seconds to tell us a little bit about your candidacy.
Thank you. My name is Juan Hasso. I'm the current Justice of the Peace for Precinct 5, Place 2. I'm running for re-election and asking for your continued support. I believe that judicial experience and judicial temperament is very important, and I believe I've exhibited both traits over the past few years. I've always had a good working relationship with the community as well. Also have an open door policy. Somebody has an issue, they can always come in. We may not be able to discuss or give them personal legal advice, but give them the opportunity to be heard as well. And I believe that's what a lot of people just want to be heard, basically, is what it is. Also have been very involved in our community locally through food drives, gifts for seniors, also participated in the Law of Magnets internship program. So I believe that we should give back to the community as well that we live in and serve. And for those reasons, I would ask for your continued support. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. We did not hear also from Desmond Des Cooks. Desmond, are you on the call? Okay, that's our second calling from Desmond Cooks. I'm going to go ahead and launch the poll so we can continue to move forward with where we are. This is for Dallas County Justice of the Peace, Precinct 5, Place 2.
I'm sorry, there's no Melody Armstrong anymore?
No, I was told there is not.
My understanding is she's not on the ballot. Her signatures were not sufficient.
The poll is live, and I didn't see who that was, but you bring up a wonderful point that it's been just a wonderful time this week to go through the Secretary of State listings and figure out who's still on the ballot, who is disqualified. And there were a few names and a few races that the challenger was either disqualified or removed from the ballot. So we have done that. So, and there should be a poll right now. Everyone should be able to see that. Let me give it just another about 5 seconds or so. All right, the poll is not moving, so I'm going to go ahead and end. And for Dallas County Justice of the Peace, Precinct 5, Place 2, preliminarily, Mr. Juan Hasso is the endorsed candidate. So thank you so much for coming on and telling us about yourself.
Thank you.
Also, thanks to all the other primary candidates for being on today. You can feel free to share your information in the chat so everyone can see that. Okay, moving on to the next race. This is State Representative House District 108. And we have two challengers. We have Freda Hild and Elizabeth Ginsburg. Freda, you are up first.
Okay, I'm ready. Good morning. Thank you to the Lake Highlands White Rock Dems for having me here today. My name is Freda Hield, and I am a proud Democrat running to beat Morgan Meyer in House District 108. District 108 is my home. I raised my 5 children here, and I taught pre-K at Temple Emmanuel Early Education Center for 13 years. Like many of you, I have knocked on doors and turned out voters. I've been precinct chair and a member of several different clubs as the like Democrats, and was on the operation team for the Funky East Dallas Democrats. I am committed to winning this race. In Austin, I will fight for the issues that are important to us: voting rights, women's rights, quality, public, strong schools, lowering our property taxes, and fixing our power grid. Our district deserves a representative who's going to show up, hold town halls, and listen to us. Look, I raised 5 children and I taught pre-K for 13 years. I am not scared of Morgan Meyer and the Republicans in Austin. Thank you so much for having me here today. I would love your vote and your endorsement. Oh, we can't hear you.
You muted, Brett. There you go.
Oh, thanks. But whenever you're ready.
Are you talking to me, Brian?
Yes, whenever you're ready.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Hi, Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats. My name is Elizabeth Ginsburg, and I'm running for House District 108 because this district needs strong leadership focused on the real challenges that face our state instead of focusing on the extremist, hyper-partisan, and anti-intellectualism that the current Republican representative represents. Now, House District 108 was affected during redistricting. This current representative drew what he believes is a safe district for him, but he has really underestimated this community. And let me tell you why I know this. I've lived in this community continuously for the last 25 years. My husband and I raised our 2 daughters in this district. I'm also an attorney over off Lovers Lane on the edge of the district. And my clients, this is something I talk about with my clients, my friends and family. I'm also the vice president of the Preston Hollow Democrats, and I've served as a precinct chair for the last 6 years. And I'm really proud of the steady increase in Democratic votes. I've also been working to get Democrats elected, knocking on doors and talking to people since 2006. I know what this district wants, and I'm asking for your vote. I will work to preserve our democracy by rejecting the big lie and making voting easier, not harder. I'll work to help as many Texans as possible access health care, have policy guided by science, not politics, and reclaim a woman's right to control her reproductive health. I'll make sure our power grid's dependable and work to guarantee constitutionally required public education. I'm the candidate who can take on the Republican incumbent, and I'm asking for your vote. Thank you.
Great, thank you both. Those are candidates for the State Representative House District 108, and I'm going to share that poll now. And that poll is live. We'll give it about 50 seconds or so. All right, that's 30 seconds there. We'll give it a few more seconds. Okay, 5 more seconds for the poll. Okay, ending the poll. For State Representative House District 108, our preliminarily endorsed candidate is Elizabeth Ginsburg. So congratulations. Feel free to continue to chat with the members and post your information. We'll get our postcard out the first week of February, right before early voting on February 14th. Our next group of candidates is for House District 114. And we do have a few candidates for that. So we'll try to make sure everyone adheres to the 90-second time limit. So our first candidate in order is Chris Leal.
Thank you, Brian. Good morning, Lake Highlands, White Rock Democrats. I'm grateful to be here with you this Saturday morning. My name is Chris Leal, and I'm proud to be the only Dallas native, the only Tejano, the only public school teacher, and the only first-generation college graduate in this race. I come from a Union Belt family, and I'm a lifelong Democrat. Prior to teaching, I had a successful business career in finance and economics that helped me manage a $40 billion company. I am honored to have the endorsement of our teachers union, Texas AFT, which represents 65,000 educators across our state. I'm also honored to be endorsed by Future Generations, a forward-thinking group that's previously endorsed Dallas leaders like Terry Meza, Jasmine Crockett, and Ana Maria Ramos. And earning the endorsement of Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats would mean a great deal for our campaign. The challenges of our lifetime require fresh, forward-thinking leadership to put Texas and our country on a more sustainable and prosperous path. Our campaign is the only one that's put out an extensive list of policy proposals, over 60 of them, 60, and a platform called Texas for All. Our Texas for All platform is about making sure we have a state that works for all of us. And it's what a blue Texas will eventually look like. Because I truly believe the path to turning Texas blue again starts right here in Dallas HD 114. And together we can make 2022 the year that we put Texas on a better path. My name is Chris Leal, and I'm running to be your next state representative. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Chris. Our next candidate in ballot order is Alexandra Guayo. Alexandra?
Yeah, thank you so much. Hey everyone, good morning, Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats. My name is Alexandra Guayo. I'm so happy to be a member, have met all of y'all and come to y'all's events. I'm a former prosecutor at the Dallas County District Attorney's Office for 8 years. I've prosecuted major felony crimes, including the backlog of the rape kits. I was also a legislative liaison for the district attorney in 2019. So I have actual experience writing legislation, passing legislation. I am the first attorney in my family, also a first-generation college graduate. My family brought me here from Bogota, Colombia when I was 4 years old with my 2 older sisters for a chance at the American dream. Unfortunately, my visa expired when I was in middle school, so I grew up undocumented for the majority of my young adult life. But my parents taught me the importance of hard work, the value of an education, and giving back to my community. I held on to those values, graduated top 10% of my class in high school, went to UT Arlington, and then SMU Law School. With the help of my stepmom, in 2013, I became a citizen, and that was the same year that I graduated from SMU Law School. For over a decade, I've been an activist here in Dallas, and I have put my blood, sweat, and tears, and I thought the best way that I could continue advocating for this community was to put my name on the ballot. I believe that my life experiences, my professional skills, and my commitment to my community make me the best fit for this community. I ask you to think about what is best and the needs of this community. It is 54% communities of color, and half of this district had a prior rep that never bothered to hold a town hall. I ask you to have a representative that is reflective of the rich diversity and the needs of this community. So I humbly ask you for this endorsement. Thank you guys so much for your commitment to be here today. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Alexandra. Our next candidate is John Bryant.
Thank you, Brian. I would be very honored to have the endorsement of the Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats. My candidacy is a response to the urgent threat facing our democracy, not just in Washington and not just in the newspapers, but in Texas. as we watched Governor Abbott and Lieutenant Governor Patrick and Senator Cruz fully embrace the Trump agenda, and one loss after another in the legislature, starting with the ordering of phony audits of areas that vote Democratic like Dallas, the repeal of a 50-year-old constitutional right of a woman to make her own decisions with regard to terminating a pregnancy, eliminating virtually all restrictions on carrying guns, and putting a target on the back of our LGBTQIA community. It's not simply a matter of those policies, it's also what's happened with regard to the US Supreme Court, which has ruled in favor of the mechanism used to interrupt a woman's right to choose. And Justice Roberts' dissent basically has said that our future with regard to constitutional rights is in the hands of the legislatures. I've served 5 terms in the Texas House. I was named one of the 10 best legislators in Texas twice, 7 terms in the US Congress, where I accomplished a number of things that are in my literature. Our objective must be to start winning again. And if I'm fortunate enough to win this nomination, on the very first day afterward, I'm going to begin working in the other districts around the state, including 108 next door, to make sure that our marginal Democrats win so that we are back in the majority and we can begin to govern again. I hope I can earn your vote. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you. And our next challenger is Charlie Gearing.
Thanks, Brian, and good morning, everybody. I'm Charlie Gearing. I'm an attorney and a proud lifelong Democrat, and I'm running for the Texas State House so I can build on my work that I've done in our community over the last 11 years. I've worked extensively to help our neighbors experiencing homelessness, and I've worked hard to bring more free legal services to our neighbors in need. My work has earned our campaign endorsements from Wendy Davis, Ambassador Ron Kirk, and outgoing club president Brian Hassenbauer. In Austin, I'll work to roll back the most dangerous and restrictive abortion ban in the country, SB 8. I'll also fight to expand Medicaid so that every Texan can afford to see a doctor and so that we can address the maternal mortality crisis. I'll fund and defend our public schools. I'll fix our power grid and invest in renewable energy. I'll work to restore and expand voting rights. And I'll stand up to the senseless bullying of transgender and LGBTQ plus Texans. I have the skills to get the job done. As a litigator, I work with folks every day that disagree with me, and I have a record of getting the job done. In 2019, as president of the Dallas Young Lawyers, I led the historic charge to create a more inclusive environment for LGBTQ plus lawyers in Dallas by working to create a seat at the table for the Dallas LGBT Bar Association. I know that when Texans work together, we can build a better Texas. I ask you to vote, and I thank you for your consideration.
Great, thank you, Charlie. And our last but not least challenger in this race is Kendall Scudder.
Hey there, everybody. As your outgoing vice president, it would mean so much to have the opportunity to earn the endorsement of this organization. I've been in the trenches with you for the last 20 years. When I was 11 years old, Republicans were writing bills to take kids like me with same-sex parents out of our homes and throw us in foster care. So I started knocking on doors for Democrats when I was 11. And in the last 20 years, I have served on every level of party leadership, including being an elected official in the State Democratic Executive Committee, where you elected me to serve 2 terms. I was your nominee for state Senate in 2018 against Bob Hall. I stepped up to run in the most conservative Senate district in Texas where no Democrat had run in 10 years. And I argued for women's reproductive health down the barrels of shotguns. And we weren't able to pull it off. But we overperformed projections by 20 points. And together, we knocked on over 70,000 doors in this district. Last year, when Ken Paxton tried to take away your right to vote by mail during the pandemic, I was the private citizen that filed the criminal complaint against him, because I believe that Democrats have to stand up and fight back. That's what I offer to you that's a little bit different than the others. I believe that we need to take the Democrats off the defense and put us back on the offense. You know that I'll work to help get Democrats elected around this state when I win this seat, because you've seen me work alongside you in the trenches. I've knocked on doors. I have picketed with you. I have protested with you. And when you needed me to serve as your vice president, I answered the call and stepped up to do it. I'm a team player. And I believe that safe Democratic seats should be held by team players. I want to fight to make sure that we're fully funding our public schools. We're rolling back the restrictions on women's reproductive health and defending voting rights. It should be our #1 priority. I hope I have the opportunity to earn your endorsement, and I really appreciate the opportunity to speak to you today. Thanks, guys.
Great. Well, if you're not fired up after hearing those candidates, I don't know what's going to fire you Democrats up. And this is one thing, you know, it's hard decisions we have to make. So, you know, let's endorse the candidate that each of the members feel would do the best job. But I think the Democratic Party is in good hands with any of these candidates. So I'm very excited about this. I'm going to go ahead and launch that poll. We're going to give this one the full minute here. And if we do not have a candidate that receives more than 50% plus one of the vote, we will choose the top 2 candidates and then revote. Okay, about 20 more seconds. See a few more votes coming in, 10 more seconds. Okay, that's our minute there. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll and share the results. For State Representative House District 114, our top 2 challengers are Kendall Scudder and Charlie Gearing. So we are going to move those 2 into the head-to-head bracket. It's kind of like basketball, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and make that change and relaunch the poll. So thank you for your patience while we get through this. I tell you, these are great candidates. I'm excited about all of them. And okay. And about to relaunch that poll. So this is Charlie Gearing and Kendall Scudder. And we need 50% plus 1 to have an official endorsement. If there is a tie, the current president of the club, Dale McEwen, will break that tie. And we'll give this the full minute. My stomach's telling me it's lunchtime. It's roaring like a fire. Okay, 14 more seconds. Okay, about to close the poll. All right, and the Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats preliminary endorsement is for Kendall Scudder with 57% for State House Representative 114. Congratulations, Kendall, and all the challengers and candidates. Appreciate your time today. Like I said, you know, this is a great competitive race. Excited about all the candidates there, and I know that all of them are going to spend a lot more time campaigning. And hopefully we'll all be block walking together for that one candidate when it comes down to going against the Republican candidate. So thank you all. We do have a couple more races to get to. We have the Dallas County Justice of the Peace Precinct 5, Place 1, which will be our next race. And the candidates for that are Andre Turner and Sarah Martinez. So Andre Turner, if you are on, you get 90 seconds to tell us why we should endorse your campaign.
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I thank you for penciling me in. I know I called you in the last early part of this week. Today is my day to, we work at the Red Cross donating blood. So I do appreciate you taking your time to get me in. Thank you, Lake Highlands Dems. Definitely this will be an honor for me to get the endorsement. My name is Andre Turner. I'm a lifelong Democrat. I was instrumental in the development of the change of Dallas County turning blue in 2005, 2006. I have worked entirely just to make sure we get people out to vote. My goal is to change this county blue, and we can't do it without people like you. Definitely, let me talk a little bit more. Let me talk about my candidacy. I am that right choice. 27 years, I've been a probation officer with Dallas County Adult Probation Department. The new name is Community Supervision and Correctional Officer. Part of that, I've been in 25 years of that, I've been in domestic violence, working with Judge Connors, Judge Fazell, and Judge Kelly. My goal definitely is to be a solutionary person. Definitely JP courts are the people courts. It's an extension to the community, and it requires full engagement. My work and my heart has been very passionate in the community. My job is to help people succeed. 20 years, I've donated my time with Townview Law Magnet to educate young men and women to see that there's another way that you can do this and there's a better life. This position definitely calls for us. Thank you and for all your support.
Thank you. You didn't have to stop that abruptly, but I appreciate it. It's been a long morning for those of us that haven't had a coffee break or bathroom break. So thank you, Mr. Turner. Our next candidate for Dallas County Justice of the Peace Precinct 5, Place 1 is Sarah Martinez. Sarah Martinez, are you here on our meeting? Okay. Not seeing Sarah Martinez here, so we are going to launch the poll. Sorry, my mouse died a minute ago. It's hard to navigate without one on this thing. Okay, the poll has been launched. So please go ahead and fill out who you would prefer for our endorsement. Give it another few seconds here. Okay, 5 more seconds. Okay, and that's our full minute. The in preliminary endorsement for Dallas County Justice of the Peace Precinct 5, Place 1 is for Sarah Martinez, who got 50% plus 1, very close. So thank you, Mr. Turner, for being here and telling the club about your campaign. Feel free to post information and what you would like us to remember about you before we go to the polls. Appreciate that. We do have one more race to have an endorsement for, and then we might discuss some club business for just a moment or two about the bylaws that we were going to recommend. So the last race is probate court number 2. And if we could hear from Lanasha Howes.
You said it correctly. Yes.
I did? Awesome.
Yes, you did. That's awesome.
Tell us a little bit about your campaign and why you want the club to endorse you.
Good morning and now good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lanasha Howes and I am a candidate running for the seat of probate court number 2. Just a little bit about me. I'm a Howard University School of Law grad, TCU grad, go Horned Frogs. I'm also going to be serving on the board for the Junior League of Dallas next year, and I am currently serving on its leadership council. But concerning my experience and why I'm qualified to serve in this position is most recently I served as the director of probate court operations, where I worked directly with all 3 of the probate courts pre-pandemic and during the pandemic. And during that tenure working with Dallas County, I discovered that the world was changing, Dallas County is changing, but the bench was not. And I believe in service, and the highest calling that a person can do with regard to service is being an agent of change. And I want to give you all an opportunity to evoke the changes that you need for this court to be more efficient and more effective. At this point in time, if you would look at the DBA, Dallas Bar Association judicial poll, it shows that this court has the lowest efficiency rate of all 3 of the probate courts. In fact, it rates as an F. Okay. In addition, this court has the lowest rate with regard to overall performance. It rates as a D. This court has the lowest rate with regard to employee retention. Over 12 employees, including civil servants, have already left this court. This court has a low rate with regard to civil and community involvement until I actually worked with the court and spearheaded and helped and was instrumental in the court promoting the probate summer school, which was the highest attended CLE that the court actually had. My name is Lanasha Howes. I am running for probate court number 2. I ask respectfully that you give me the opportunity to be the agent of change and give me the opportunity to help the court be more efficient for you.
Great, thank you so much. And our next candidate to hear from for probate court number 2 is Ingrid Michelle Warren. Ingrid?
Hi, good afternoon. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Hi, I'm at an event, so I'm not quite sure if you could hear me as well. But thank you very much for the opportunity to consider this race. My name is Ingrid Warren, and I am the presiding judge of probate court number 2. And I want to make sure that you all understand some very key important facts that are going on with respect to this court. The first thing you should understand that managing a court in the middle of a pandemic, especially an essential court, is not an easy thing. There's no TikTok video that explains how to do it, no YouTube video that explains how to do it. It's something that you learn to do on the job and as the events are occurring. I respect the fact that you all have been listening to candidates this entire day, so I will make it brief. What I'd like to tell you is that this court, and these are the facts, this court has signed more orders for more families than any other probate court in Dallas County. This court last year signed 9,000 orders impacting approximately 9,000 lives. That's 1,200 more than the court next to us. And that is also 4,000 more orders signed than the court behind us. And the reason we signed those orders was because families were in need. You can imagine a probate court hears a lot of issues in the middle of a pandemic. And a lot of the cases that were family members passed away, they all came to us. And we had to hear them and manage them. And when you're managing cases in the middle of a pandemic, you have to have people that aren't afraid to come to work, that aren't afraid to do the job that is required of an essential job in the middle of a pandemic. So I thank you all for your support in the past, and I would ask that you all would support me going forward. I would also like to point out that the probate summer school program was my brainchild. It was my brainchild that I thought about 2 years before it was actually formulated. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you so much. To both candidates, Lanasha Howells and Ingrid Michelle Warren. I'm going to put that poll on the screen. And that is live now, so if you can go ahead and vote. Just a reminder, members only, and we're going to validate all the results afterwards just to make sure, and we'll get the endorsement postcard out the first week of February. Okay, and we still have the poll moving a little bit. So we do have the probate court number 2 that we're voting for at the moment. We'll give it another 13 seconds. Okay, we're about to close the voting. Okay, that's our full minute there. And this is our last race, by the way, that we're going to be endorsing for. And this is our first tie. So what that means, based on what we've talked about, is that we'll take the vote of the president, incoming president, Dale McEwen, to break that tie. Dale, if you want to chat over privately or to the group who your vote is for.
I vote for change, Lanasha Howells.
Okay, so Lanasha Howells will be our preliminary endorsed candidate. So thank you for breaking that tie there. And we will conclude our endorsement part of the meeting. We did have one bylaw change that we wanted to talk about, but thank you everyone, all the candidates, continue to post into the chat. We're just going to do a little club business for a few minutes, but thank you all. I feel extremely positive about the Democratic Party and all of the great challengers we have. Hopefully some of you, once you win your primary, you'll be the candidate or the elected official, because we won't have a Republican challenger. So thank you everyone for today. We're going to do a little bit of club business. Feel free to stay on, listen. We do want to make sure that everyone that's a club member hears kind of the business and what we've got going on. So on that note, Tim Sexton, can you tell us a little bit about your the bylaws change?
Hey, Brian, before we get into doing too much business and before a bunch of people hop off, I just wanted to present you with a gift from your executive board. I know that you're outgoing and this was your last meeting. We wanted to be able to give this to you in person, but obviously we can't do that. So we'll have to give it to you in person later. But the members of the executive committee all got together and we got you this bright blue gavel, and it has, it honors your last term as president and has your name and everything inscripted on it. And it's just a small token of appreciation for everything you've done for the club over the last few years. It's really meant a lot, and we appreciate all of your hard work.
Thank you, Brian.
I really appreciate that. And I will say that the thick reading of Robert's Rules of Orders and the Cliff Notes Robert's Rules of Orders, and Gail and Tim and Kendall and Rhonda and everyone prodding me to, keep the meetings buttoned up has really helped. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, I look forward to seeing everyone in person and continuing the growth of the club. And I feel like we're in good hands with Dale McEwen. So, and I know Kendall, personally, thank you so much for stepping in, being the vice president and leading the way last year, this last year. And I've got presents coming for you too. So definitely want to celebrate in person, and we'll keep the good good stuff running. So thanks, everyone.
Before we go too much further, I would just like to thank those who coordinated all this event today. This is very true democratic process, great candidates, great participation. We need all to support each other in the ongoing campaign. And a lot of effort went in this, and let's make it victorious for Democrats in November. So we got to pick our primary people first. We got to turn out the vote, but thank you, everyone.
Yes, ditto that.
Well said, Dale.
If we,
Well said.
One other quick comment. We're going to be mailing cards to people, but the more money we have to mail to more precincts. So if you wish to donate to the party, to the Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats, to help the budget to print the cards, we'd appreciate that.
All right, good afternoon, Lake Highlands White Rock Democrats members and candidates. This was a great program, Brian. This could not have been done without Brian's technical ability and persistence leading up to this whole thing, putting it together and pulling it off. Great job, Brian. Thanks.
Thank you.
So I have to offer, after I've been thinking about this since the first of the year, some ways to improve our bylaws that make our club a little more efficient. So this is an announcement that we're going to have a bylaws change voting in February. So we have to present the bylaws change today in January. This bylaws change actually renames some of the positions that we have in our executive board. It eliminates, it changes the PAC treasurer duties over under the treasurer, which is what I think it always should have been. Eliminate the PAC treasurer position and establish 2 other board positions. That will mean we'll have 7 board positions instead of 6. The 2 new board positions are communications VP and activities VP. And there are 2 housekeeping items. One is regarding executive board spending. We have had that bylaws change in the past, but somehow it got written in by hand and not officially. So we need to make that firm. And the endorsement approval, that was another situation where we used to be 2/3 for an endorsement, but we changed that in 2017, and that never got into the bylaws. So you'll be seeing this bylaws change come up in February. I'll have copies of the bylaws and the bylaws change in February for everyone to look at. We'll vote on it. So thank you all very much for coming today. And thanks again, Brian, for what a great job.
Great job.
You're welcome. And thank you to the entire executive committee for making this happen and supporting Democrats. I had to go to the restroom, but yeah, I heard what you were saying, Tim, and I am aware of the bylaws change. So we'll make sure we get that posted on the website with an announcement of what the formal change is, so we can vote on that at the next meeting. I know we didn't table in an official meeting, but I will call for a motion to adjourn so we can finish today. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll move.
Second.
All in favor of adjourning for the day?
Aye.
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 All right. Well, we are officially adjourned, and we will hopefully see you in person soon. We'll send out some information on the next club meeting, which will be in February, and we'll get you that information. So have a great rest of your weekend, everyone, and let's make sure to celebrate the contributions of Martin Luther King Jr. on Monday, and let's keep the Democratic blue wave rolling. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.